D-boy. What's happening, my niggas? What's happening, my nigga? This your big brother, Hollywood. Hey, your other brother, Troy, my nigga. I see you been putting in work, man. Man, you know I'm on my grind. It's time to step up to the plate. I'm coming out swing. Let's go. The way she look me up and down. I got left. The way the boy look past them clowns. I got left. The way them haters try to talk me down. I got left. Come on, little mama, wipe me down. You know I got left. 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 I got left, little mama. I got left. 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 I got left, little daddy. I got left. I got left. Now when I step up in the club with my LG on, all eyes on me. I got leverage. Yeah, I'm fresher than the mother. I'm different from the ugly one. Undress me with your eyes, girl. I know you wish you could've. I walk with a swing. I talk with a swing. Your boyfriend don't got no swag, so I suppose that's why he mad. He like me, so now he wanna fight me. I beat his ass and film it. Now niggas calling me Spike. Well, my name is. Got so much land inside these streets. Yeah, them haters out there always trying to beat. Yes, sir. D-boy, he got so much smart inside these streets. Yeah, he never leave home without a key. Never. The way she look me up and down. I got left. The way the boy look past them clowns. I got left. The way them haters try to talk me down. I got left. Come on, little mama, wipe me down. You know I got left. 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 I got left, little mama. I got left. 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 I got left, little daddy. I got left. I got left. Cuddy ain't sitting. He flies so many days, man. I wonder how he got so much leg.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to Haters Thoughts Radio Hollywood. Won't you tell them how you got so much leg?
Well, first I had to struggle, learn a couple things, give respect in the name, you know, earn a couple things. I bust a couple moves, I slapped a couple fools, I packed a couple tools, and I taxed a couple dudes, throw a couple party, get a couple beats and murk, don't be original, don't make it sound like they already heard of me. And I don't spit on beats no more, I pick them up and burp them, and ask them if they smell me, and this is what they tell me. She looked me up and down, I got left, the way the boy looked past them clowns. I got left, the way them haters try to talk me down. I got left, come on, little mama, wipe me down. You know I got left. 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 I got left, little mama. I got left. 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 I got left, little daddy. I got left. I got left. I'm a new school nigga in the old school muscle car. Hit the club and the DJ tell 'em who we are. Let's go entertainment. We digging in your anus, paying cash for the whips. No loans, no payments. I'm smoking on that sticky icky just to get my hand right. I spent a pretty penny just to smoke 'em at the red line. And scoop your bitch pop round the corner just to get the hair right. My pound game vicious, so I might just get a head. So what you do? I make a dig up in your pockets, now my bread right. Shit. Boy, you weren't wrong, nigga. Now my head right. That's how you play it, right? Thought you don't love her. See me in the club, now you all handcuffed. She looked me up and down. I got left. The way the boy looked past them clowns. I got left. The way them haters try to talk me down. I got left. Come on, little mama, wipe me down. You know I got left. 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 I got left, little mama. I got left. 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 I got left.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AngelOfThyNight radio show. And tonight's show is going to be about a variety of different things that I'm going to be going over. We do our shows random. Nothing's ever pre-planned. Sometimes I'll jot down a few notes about what we want to talk about, but everything's pretty random. If we get incoming calls from callers, or whether we just have a few guests on, or whether I discuss the paranormal or any random topic, really. You know, bear with me. You know, I took a shot of Southern Comfort tonight. I'm not your normal radio show host, you know. I take a shot of Southern Comfort, I smoke a joint, and I sit back and I try to do the show. And, of course, it's a place for our friends. It's a place for our members. It's a place for urban explorers. It's a place for anybody, really. You know, we even laugh at the clowns that try to come in our chat room and start trouble. So, you know, bear with me as the show goes on. I did want to make an apology. Last week ago, we had received at least 3 to 4 incoming callers. I did not take them because sometimes during the show I do get up, I walk around. I don't keep an eye on the chat room very much because that's not what I'm running here as a chat room show. I'm running a radio show. The chat room, however, is for people to join in and be with their friends and be able to discuss things as the show goes along. So if you do call in the show, make sure you stay on hold so I can see that you're calling in. It may take me 10 minutes to realize, but I will patch you through. Eventually what we like to do is we like to get anywhere from 500 to about 10,000 listeners per show. It can happen based on our fans, our members, and people out there who are willing to support us. But it's not always about quantity that matters. It's about the quality of the people. And I do the show basically for my friends. And whether as Mike Dijital says, whether you love me or you hate me, the point is that the show is here to entertain. And that's my job, even as a paranormal investigator, is to entertain the public. Whether I make money or I don't make money, it's never about money or anything like that. It's about making other people smile and letting them be able to be themselves around our group. Unlike most paranormal organizations that are out there. Can you hear me? That's awfully strange. Hello? Maybe I should, oh, okay. Somebody said that the sound wasn't working. If the sound doesn't work, I do apologize. We're testing out something new right now tonight. Just let me know if you can't hear me, and I'll try to adjust that. Okay, yeah, it's working. But anyways, if you do have any technical difficulties, let me know. Right now, currently, we are looking for a co-host or two to help with the show. And, of course, the problem is a lot of people are scared. They're scared to go on the air. They're scared to be themselves. And the co-host will allow me to at least keep an eye on the chat room a little bit more. But anyways, as long as you can hear me, let's resume the show. And the first thing I'd like to actually talk about, and this is going to be a little bit humorous, but we're going to fucking talk about the 5 worst paranormal investigators for our organization in 2007. See, I didn't realize it, but when I was sitting there and going over everything, and of course, I sat down and I look at the chat room logs after the show, Mike Dijital told me to mention at least, the 5 worst investigators. And of course, we get all types of investigators. We get urban explorers, we get paranormal investigators, we get people who just want to come out for a fucking thrill. And I don't care who comes out with me. I just want to make sure, hey, is this person in enough health to be able to hike in the outdoors? So it's one of those things. It's like, do they follow protocol? It's all these little things. Are they committed? Are they passionate towards going out and hiking and paranormal investigations? But, the thing about us is we're not just paranormal investigators. We're also adventurers. We're also explorers. We like to go out. We like to just hit everything at once. And, some people might not agree. I know other paranormal, some of them like us. But there's a lot of them that hate us because they don't like our methods. And do I give a fuck? No. Because, again, the best journeys that are shared are the ones that are shared with your buds. I mean, if you ain't got no friends to journey with, it's, there's no point in doing this. So, we don't always see things. Currently, right now, I am on vacation. I have no plans on doing any adventuring, probably for a couple months. It's not that I don't want to. It's that right now I'm in the middle of doing a move. I actually have a moving truck that's going to be moving me to California. But it's just, I'm taking some time out. It's not that I'm tired of investigating or exploring or anything like that. It's just that it's like a celebration that's well earned. So I'm probably going to end up going to Universal Studios. I'm going to end up seeing a few more sites in Florida, and then I'm out of here. I don't know. I just figure that where I'm going to be moving, I'm up against a lot of things. I'm going to be up near Yosemite. I'm going to be up near the Black Rock Desert. That's not going to be that far away. Death Valley, the El Dorado Mountains, which right now there's a big thing going on in the El Dorado Mountains. What's actually going on is that they're having a high amount of Bigfoot sightings. A lot of people are hearing screams. They're finding tracks, and I would actually like to go up there and do some camping. I don't know what I'm going to find. I may find nothing, but I'm going to be up in an area that's kind of between the El Dorado Mountains and Yosemite. And, of course, I'll have San Francisco that's probably an hour and a half away. I can go up to Lake Tahoe. It's the area that I'm moving that's going to matter. That's the whole thing. You don't want to move out in the sticks, but you want to be in a place where you can hit the mountains half hour one way, and then you can hit some goddamn cities the other fucking way. That's the way it works when you do paranormal investigations. You know, I see a lot of these groups. There's this group that's been harassing us. Guys out in the fucking sticks, it's like, what could you possibly fucking be investigating? Each other's fucking asses? You know, it's just, they're out in the middle of nowhere, and that doesn't get results. You got to be in a place where you're close to nature and history, but you're also close to other major things, whether it's abandoned buildings or asylums or whatever the case is. I want to be in the middle of it all, and I'm going to put myself in the middle of it all so that way I can continue to do the radio show and tell stories about the places that I go. And, you know, for me, like I said, it's about the adventuring. You know, some people, they go out there and they're just so ignorant about things. They want to see a ghost every time they go out, and it just doesn't work like that. You just go out into the woods and you just say, hey, man, I'm under the fucking stars. I'm hiking, and I'm going about my business. I'm smoking a joint with my friends. And that's how you got to look at it. And if other groups don't like it, too bad. It's not my fault they have no balls to take a bag of dope and go out in the woods. You know, so that just brings up another point. Anyways, let's get on to the 5 worst investigators of 2007. It's a little late, and, you know, it's okay if I miss things because it's my show. I could talk about 2005, even though it's 2008. And we're going to go start from 5 and work our way down. And, of course, you know, you're eating frosting. I hope you're eating frosting with chocolate milk, Mike, because I'll tell you, I think well, actually, I should probably be telling you not to drink any chocolate milk because I'm losing one of my front teeth here. It's really not my fault. It's a matter of here in Florida, there's a high acidic content in the well water, and I drink a lot of water because I hike and things, and it does tend to hurt your teeth. So, you know, that's fucking life. I mean, you play hockey, some guy elbows you in the face, you lose your goddamn teeth. But at least I'm not losing my teeth to fucking crack. And speaking of crack, you go to fucking McDonald's in this town, and Peggy Sue says, may I help you? Peggy Sue turns around, Peggy Sue's got no fucking teeth. Her boobs are like fucking F's hanging to her fucking knees. You're like, why the fuck should I order fucking food? There's the fucking cheeseburger fucking working, man. I mean, eating all the goddamn fucking profits. Man, I'm telling you, just living down here is a really weird experience because today I was driving down the road and, you know, I was minding my own business. I go at about 34 miles an hour, which is unusual. I'm like an 80-mile-an-hour type of guy. I'm going about 34 miles an hour down the road, and this fucking guy in a suit starts chasing me. He's grabbing his fist. He's shaking his fist. He's like, slow down. It's like I had a car behind me, but if I didn't have a car behind me, I would have stopped. I said, now what are you going to do, motherfucker? I'm going to kick your ass, New York style, northern style. But anyways, the guy shakes his fist, and that's the way these people are. They're always up in your goddamn shit. You're smoking, they call the cops. You're outside fucking kissing a girl, they're watching you being fucking voyeurs out their window. I hate the fucking South. They even say Florida is not the South. Because, you know, technically Florida extends out into the Gulf. You got a lot of illegal immigrants. At least 25% of the state is illegal immigrant. You have all these little towns with ghetto. There's ghetto in every town, and it's so bad. I mean, you walk around and you get fucking robbed, you get fucking chased. Nobody minds their own. They're so fucking bored, and it's like I go to Walmart yesterday, I run into this fucking guy who tried to put me in jail for 5 years. Tried to say I stole the fucking lawnmower that belonged to me. Believe me, I wanted to take my hand and crack that motherfucker. And he hid from me. He started running off. It's like you should be. This is Lord Rick we're talking about of the Paranormal Ghost Society. You should be running. And this fucking guy towers, can't face me like a man. That's the way they are down in Florida. I don't understand it. I don't understand these people's mentality, and that's why I'm moving, because I should be getting more media attention for what I do, and instead I'm getting less media attention. And it's not because I want to make money or I want popularity, but if you're going to go out there and check out these sites, you should be able to at least share them with the world and with the media. So, I'm out of here very soon. It's actually quicker than a lot of people think. Uncle Sam's taking his time with my taxes and stuff. It could take 7 more weeks. But if Uncle Sam delivers, I should be out of here probably within a couple weeks with my moving truck, and that's it. California's a nice place to go. I talked to a lot of people. Yeah, I noticed that we don't have anybody in the chat tonight. I don't know what the deal is with a lot of people. It's like a lot of these people listen to these radio shows like George Norrie, and it's like, come on, you ever going to hear George Norrie say, hey, fuck you? George Norrie ain't going to say fuck you. None of these paranormal radio shows are going to tell you that. And it's just, that's the whole thing. I try to keep an open mind. I don't believe in censorship. I believe that, if you're on the internet or you're on the radio or you're on TV, you should be able to speak your mind. You should be able to say what you want to say. And that's the nice thing about internet radio. We can do what the fuck we want. We can sit here and we can say fuck a million times because it's legal, because we have an 18-year-old and older disclaimer. But that's the nice thing about internet radio. Yeah, 7 logged in is pretty good. I mean, I suppose the show will grow. And besides, we put the show on YouTube. And, we got other services like we put it on our website. It has its advantages because we're getting hits for the show all over the web. And, that's the main thing. I would rather have 7 people tuning in than 70 who just aren't listening. And the show is becoming very popular demand because I have had some people write me and they're telling me, I like your show better. I like your show better than Coast to Coast because we're not just about the paranormal. We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about Las Vegas. I don't fucking care. We want to sit here. We can talk about urban exploring. It really doesn't matter. The point is that we're on the air. We're getting our points across. We're able to talk to the public. And, and it was kind of funny and stuff because after I've been doing these radio shows, a lot of people are listening about these hate groups. And you would not believe the responses of people who want to sue these hate groups, people who want information. And what's going to stop me from giving it? I mean, these people will not stop harassing me, but our shows have reached a lot of people. And, it's quite surprising how many do not like what these hate groups are doing to our organization or myself. Because technically, I'm the type of guy, never bother anybody. I just do my work, and that's it. And if somebody doesn't like the way I look, the way I act, my radio show, fuck them. Some people got an issue that I'm a toker. They got an issue against 420, and it's like, man, what the fuck? You ain't the goddamn fucking Pope. I mean, everybody acts like they're the fucking Pope. Most people on the internet, they think they're innocent. And it's like, man, I bet you could sit down and look at your past and find a million fucking sins. So, so people who judge, fuck them. Shitty is right. And it's like UER, they just don't stop harassing me either. And, I'm not on their board. I'm not harassing them. I'm not posting shit on my site. I don't even really have anything in my message boards about them. It's just the fact is that why is a select group of people going around bothering our organization? We're in fucking Florida, man. We're not in goddamn Toronto, Canada. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, we're not even in their stomping grounds. It just goes to Actually, it just goes to show you that people got nothing better to do. And that's the way the Internet has become. It's become a place where a lot of people go on it and they're underage, or they don't have respect for other businesses and organizations. And, I talk to a lot of paranormal groups. I talk to other urban exploring groups. And, I like to learn off of them. I like to see their work. I don't criticize it because, honestly, it just takes balls to do it. It takes work to do. And, when somebody sits there and they try to pick a fight, they got nothing better to do. But anyways, going over our notes, the 5 worst investigators of 2007 were number 5. Actually, we'll do 4 and 5, was the SWAT team duo. We had these investigators that dressed like they were on the SWAT team. We'd go to a gas station. The Arabs would be like, hey, are you cops? You cops, man? And, he'd be like, no, we're the real Ghostbusters, And they sat there and, they wore their uniforms to the cemetery. They wore their uniforms hiking. They wore their uniforms to the fucking buildings. Uniforms all over the goddamn fucking place, And me, if anybody knows me, I like to be out there hiking. I like to be able to go out there in the outdoors. I like the woods. I don't fucking care if I don't see Bigfoot. I don't care if I don't see Ghost. I like the goddamn woods, all right? I like to go in the woods. I like to shut off my flashlight. I like to wander down the fucking trail, not know where I'm going. I get lost 3-4 hours later. I come out on a fucking road. Hey, where the fuck am I? Okay, we'll find the fucking car. We got beer in our backpack. Pop a fucking beer, drink a fucking beer, back to the fucking car, and everybody's fucking happy. There we go. But, I took these people out in the woods. I took them to a ghost town. And, of course, the guy's the founder, the female's the girlfriend, and, she's busting my balls. She's like, hey, we don't fucking wear our uniforms to go hiking. Well, yeah, okay, since when are ghost towns just right by the side of the road? Usually ghost towns in Florida are about 2, 3, 4 miles in of a hike. You have to hike to get to the fucking ghost town to see the goddamn ghost town. So she's writing me, and I guess, she's complaining, my feet hurt, my feet ache, we're leaving the investigation early, and he's all fucking, rolling his eyes like, but he's complaining, the snakes are going to get me, the bears are going to get me, the alligators are going to get me. It's like, come on, man. I've been stuck on a fucking island in Florida. I'm still here to tell the story. 10,000 fucking mosquito bites later, Lord Rick is here. So anyways, number 4 and 5, I don't even want to go there. It's like, you might be paranormal investigators, but they even admitted to me everything they've learned has been from books. And you cannot go by what a book says. It's not a paranormal investigation. It's not urban exploring. You can't just look in a book and say, hey, I'm a goddamn urban explorer, or hey, I'm a fucking paranormal investigator. It doesn't work that way. You got to learn as you go along. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if they had all the SWAT gear, they should have prepared for hikes. They didn't. They actually had this giant ghost-busting machine they wanted to bring on wheels 2 miles into the woods. And, man, I was like, I looked at them, I said, are you going to actually bring that? And they're like, yeah. And I'm thinking, they don't obviously spend a lot of time in the woods, And you can't just go to cemeteries. If you're a paranormal investigator or whatever the fuck you are, you can't just go to cemeteries only. You got to be able to be diverse. And that's the problem with a lot of groups is that, they just go to cemeteries, and that's really all these people did. Of course, I made a contract with them, and I told them, investigate for me, I'll give you new places. Investigate for me, I'll promote your organization. I'll put a link, a banner, whatever the fuck. But, you fuck me, you leave the investigation early, you're not a good investigator, And so number 4 and 5, I think I got them knocked on out. And then we go for number 3 and 2. These ones go together, too. Mike knows about it. But anyways, these 2 girls on MySpace who said they were fans of my work, and they've always wanted to go ghost busting. They said they've been to St. Augustine on the ghost tour. It's like, ooh, you've been on a ghost tour. The fuck cares you've been on a ghost tour? I go on a ghost tour. I mean, and someone shows me a place, it's not the same as actually being there by yourself with no flashlight, sitting in the dark, goddamn fucking scared out of your wits. You know, you're going with a group of 25 people. Same shit when I went to Savannah. 20 people walking around the cemetery, all fucking acting like they're on a paranormal investigation, which, you know, I mean, that's just a little extreme for me, you know, and I'm not going to be doing ghost tours out west, but I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a project. So anyways, these girls from MySpace, they write me, you know, and these two girls are like mother and daughter duo, you know. They're like, we've taken all the ghost tours in Florida. It's like, well, I ain't taking you on a goddamn ghost tour, bitch. I'm taking you to the fucking woods. I'm taking you to fucking middle of bumfuck nowhere. So, yeah, you know, I'm at the gas station. They're like an hour late. I'm sitting there. I'm just sitting on the hood. I'm drinking an energy drink. I'm wishing I could toke one up, but, you know, there's cops all around and everything. So I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, when's these bitches going to show? Well, the bitches show. Bitches tell me, hey, they're like, we want to take our car. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? I got to drive through a tourist section of town in Winter Haven or whatever the hell it is. You know, and these streets are dirt and they're narrow. There's nowhere to park. You follow me. You make a U-turn in someone's driveway. You make a U-turn in their driveway. They're going to call the cops. It's going to cause a fiasco. The cops are going to show up. They're going to pull us over. They're going to want to check our IDs. They're not going to recognize that we're there. And it's just going to be whatever the fuck you want. A cluster fuck. So they said, fine, we'll ride with you. Okay, I get the fucking girl. I get the mother sitting in the front seat. I get the daughter sitting in the back seat. Daughter's in the goddamn back seat. Fucking snore. Okay, now we're talking. These are 200-300-pound fucking women. All right, my car. I'm telling you right now, my car's a piece of shit. All right, the shocks are busted on. Everything's fucking busted. The back's fucking dragging. I'm fucking, you know, I'm turning around people's fucking driveways. You hear scraping. The gas tank's fucking scraping. I'm looking at my son. I'm like, we're gonna fucking die here, man. We're fucking in the god. Might as well fucking dive out the windows. Sitting there, you know, the one in the back's fucking sleeping and snoring. The one in front, she got her hands between her legs. I don't know if she was fucking playing with her fucking pussy. I don't fucking know. How should I know? I'm just sitting there trying to be friendly and talk about explorations and cemeteries and shit. She's not talking. She's like, yeah, She's all fucking scared and shit. So, you know, we're just sitting there, and we're, you know, and she says to me all of a sudden, she asks her daughter, are you tired? Well, of course she's fucking tired. Her eyes are fucking closed. She's sleeping. We haven't even gotten to the first fucking cemetery. I missed the road to the cemetery. It's kind of hidden back in some bushes. You got to actually drive through bushes almost to get to the goddamn thing. I don't know. I'm just asking locals. One guy kind of said it's kind of over there. Well, she has a panic attack. I have to take her back to her fucking car. They never made it to the goddamn cemetery. She didn't even want to ride with me to begin with. I have my son with me. He's 11 years old. She says, well, you could rape us and murder us. Oh, yeah, my 11-year-old's going to pin your fucking 300-pound ass down. He's going to rape you. Come on. Fucking people with these fucking trust issues. If she's been a fan for years and keeping an eye on her site, what the fuck is her issue? So, I'm telling you, man, something is wrong with these people down in Florida. Now, I'm not saying all people have something wrong with them. I'm saying most people in Florida. When you do enough extensive traveling throughout the state, you start to fucking scratch your head and you think, what the fuck? I was at the post office the other day, and this lady's sitting there having a conversation with herself. Like, I'm the fucking psycho? I'm a pothead, not a fucking psycho, for God's sakes. But that's the way it is in Florida. Then we got the number one. This is the number one worst investigator of 2007. And he goes by the name of Adam in New Jersey. Of course, according to his bragging on my list, he's one of the best paranormal investigators and urban explorers in the state of Florida. So, you know, we're sitting there, you know, I fly out to New Jersey to meet God. Because, you know, this is what I do. I like to visit people in other states. You know, if I'm on an urban exploring group or I'm on I run my paranormal group, if someone I become friends with who's in another state, you know, if I can visit them and do all kinds of shit in a week, camping and everything, I'll do it. But Anyways, I meet this guy, you know. He's sitting there. He's not even fucked ready to go hiking. We're supposed to be going to do a mountain near his house. We're supposed to do like 7 places. We're not supposed to return till 3 a.m. at his house. Then we're going to head off to the Pine Barrens for 3 days. We get to his fucking house. He's fucking outside. He's not ready. You know, he had to fucking load his backpack. It's like, wait a second here, man. I'm fucking telling you, I'm flying out here on this date for 2 goddamn fucking months. So anyways, you know, we get hiking. And I'm not sure who has the balls in his relationship, but the girlfriend calls and said, "Oh no, you ain't hiking on that mountain. You ain't hiking. You ain't exploring. You ain't paranormal investigating. You're fucking coming home." And this is some like fucking skank fucking in fucking town. The fuck do I care about my space when I'm in New Jersey exploring? But I'm in fucking New Jersey. This fucking punk ass fucking kid. He's arguing the whole fucking time for 4 hours straight with his girlfriend. "Don't you fuck that man. I'm going to be gone a few days, just a few days." So, you know, the whole trip, he spent it like that. And, you know, we go into a few places, and, you know, I kind of noticed, like, he was very chunky and fucking lazy. His ass was fucking hanging out the entire fucking investigation. I mean, you know, how would you like to hike up a fucking mountain? You gotta look at someone's ass fucking crack, hairy ass crack, the whole fucking way up the goddamn mountain. I don't fucking like it. This is why I fucking go ahead. I hike my ass way ahead of everybody, because I ain't looking at no hairy ass crack. Okay, so this guy's got his fucking ass crack fucking hanging out. We reach his Indian site. He's on the fucking phone arguing with his girlfriend. His girlfriend's like, "I don't fucking want you hanging out with some 32-year-old. I don't want you hiking. I don't want you camping. You're going to freeze to death. You're going to die. Blah, 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 blah. I'll cheat if you don't get fucking home." You know, it's like, come on, man. This is a man's thing. Us men are supposed to be fucking drinking brews, smoking out, and fucking hiking. And you're fucking pussy whipped. Nothing I can't stand. Oh, I got a call. Let me patch it through. Let me see here. What do we got? Okay. I think it might work. Okay, you're patched through.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
What's the question, man?
What's this show about? I've never been to the show before.
Well, this is AngelOfThyNight radio show. Basically, it's an adult show, but it's also on paranormal investigation, urban exploring, strange things, odd things. Are you a member of any paranormal groups or any urban exploration groups?
I go hiking. Does that count?
Well, it depends what you're... Well, we hike.
Sure.
We look for strange things in the woods, you know, abandoned structures, Bigfoot, cryptids, a lot of cryptozoology, anything strange in the woods, anything strange in the mountains.
Oh, Do you get paid for it or something?
Fuck no. we don't get paid to do what we do. Everything that we make is solely based on donations within our organization. If someone donates for our hard work, we put it towards equipment or our trips. So, but, you know, I mean, obviously everything that we do is self-funded. I mean, that's what hiking is about. Spelunking, hiking, mountain climbing, all that's just, you know, it's about being out in Mother Nature.
Well, what have you found?
Oh, we found all kinds of shit. Man, one time I was hiking up in the Pennsylvania mountains, and I was searching along a trail inside there was like a shrub, and I removed the shrub and I pulled it back, and we found a barefoot track of about 18 inches, and it was about maybe 3 inches deep, and it was about 5-6 inches wide. It's a very big known Bigfoot activity type of area, hence the track. Did not get, but we did put shots on our site. If you go to our radio show's page, you can click on our site and you can check out those pictures. You ever have any sightings like that up in the woods hiking?
I'm from Arizona. There's nothing around here that's even close to that kind of stuff.
I've been to Arizona too. There's an area where they film Fire in the Sky. It's a UFO area.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, that area, I mean, is a little bit strange. It's all Native American.
I'm Native American, so yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, there's Sedona, which has portals and things going on up there. I mean, there's a few places up in Arizona that are pretty cool to check out. But if you really want to do hiking, the place to do it would probably be Washington State, California, Oregon. That's where we're going to be based very soon.
Oh, I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay, man. Appreciate the call.
All right.
Later. Okay, that was our first caller. Like I said, anybody can call. That kind of took me by surprise. I appreciate the guys letting me know on the list. But anyways, as I was going on, I'm looking at this guy's ass up the fucking mountain. We're hiking, and the first day kind of went good. But I, as a leader and a founder of a paranormal organization, I like to watch what people can endure. Because what I fucking dish out is probably worse than the military. Now, I don't mistreat my investigators, but I work them till they can't fucking stand. Because I want to see how far they'll push their limits to find what we're looking for. And I've only met a few people who have been able to ever match me when hiking in the woods. Climbing, whatever. There's one guy I met about a year and a half ago up in Buffalo. He's good. He's real good. Excellent hiker. But anyways, I would say he was probably the worst investigator we had because, when I sit there and I put hundreds of dollars into a trip and I come to see you, I'm the fucking guest. You don't sit there and fucking run the show. He's got me picking up fucking gothic fucking girls. It's like, what the fuck? You're going to have me pick up a fucking gothic girl? We might as well go for a quickie behind the fucking asylum. Because no rides for fucking free with the Paranormal and Ghost Society. But anyways, I pick up the gothic girl, and then I got to drive her back into town because she doesn't want to finish off the rest of the investigations. He don't want to fucking hike to some tower. He goes, let's just park in front of it. Yet I got the trail fucking map, First day, okay. Get to the fucking Pine Barrens next day. He's sitting there. He's panicking. He's like, it's getting late, man. I just want to go to sleep. It's like, we ain't fucking done. We got 2 more fucking places to find out in the woods. He's like, I'll just sleep out in the field. I'll sleep in the car. It's like, I ain't gonna fucking, it wants to park in the fucking, where the birth site is of the Jersey Devil. Wants to sleep in the fucking car. Okay, or the truck or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep in the truck with a bunch of fucking dudes, Fuck that shit. So, the guys with a fucking hotel, which they were complaining, so I drove them to Atlantic City because I wanted to do some gambling and fucking drinking and partying. We get to Atlantic City, they don't want to fucking party. We're pretty much done for the night. They don't want to fucking party. I'm like, come on, man, let's get some fucking broads, let's roll some fucking dice. What the hell? We deserve it. He's on the phone with his fucking skank fucking girlfriend, and he's sitting there, and he's fucking arguing. Did you fuck this guy? It's like, oh, here we fucking go again. And the two of them, they both tried to double team on me. They wanted to fight me. It's like, you want to fight me? What the fuck? I'm the one that's fucking going to lead you through this expedition. You don't fucking want to fight the fucking guy that's taking you in the woods on this fucking expedition. That's just stupid. So anyways, the one guy's got a tumor in his head, so he's not all fucking with it. He's from the military. He's like a loose cannon. He'll break your fucking neck. He's losing it. He's complaining. He's cold. He's fucking shivering. It's like, what the fuck? He goes, you don't care that I'm not acclimated to the cold. I'm from fucking Buffalo. I don't give a fuck about the cold. I'll sleep in -5 below. That's what the equipment's there for. He didn't want to buy nothing for the trip. He didn't want to buy no thermal pants. He didn't want to buy any of the proper equipment. I had all this. I had 3 bags of equipment I brought on the airline with me for the trip. I came prepared, camping gear, all that shit, sleeping bag. Well, these guys, next day they bring tents, they bring mats. They're in tents and mats. I'm sleeping out in the open in the fucking Pine Barrens. Hear the Jersey Devil. I know I heard the fucking Jersey Devil because I heard something in the goddamn woods screaming. They didn't hear it. I was off by myself gathering firewood and whatever. So, It's just totally hilarious. We went through our investigations, got back from New Jersey, actually the Pine Barrens. We put over 1,000 scratches on the rental truck. That rental truck was bad. I did about 500 miles of off-roading in the Pine Barrens. That's all I did for 3 days straight was drive. Get out, hike, whatever. The road, there's a lot of secret roads in the Pine Barrens. Some of them have 3-4 feet deep holes filled with water. You get stuck, you're fucked. At that time, there was a lot of bad roads. I had to fly through some of them water holes at 30, 40, 50, even 60 miles an hour. I fucking had the truck airborne, man. Adam's fucking grabbing his goddamn fucking heart. The other guy's fucking grabbing his goddamn nutsack. They're freaking fucking out. I'm like, relax, man, and get us fucking through this. It's, you got an off-roading truck to be able to do this shit. And we went down roads that had no tracks for years. We went to the most remote place of the Pine Barrens. Trip went okay. Adam brought a book, but Adam had no fucking gear. And this brings me back to, if you're going to urban explore, you better be goddamn prepared. And if you're going to fucking go paranormal investigating or camping in the woods, you better be prepared. You can't just go in with a headlamp, no change of fucking clothes, and a fucking book from some author that tells you where ghost towns are of the Pine Barrens. So anyways, we got our trip done, and last night was going to be a celebration, beer, pizza. We were going to actually urban explore an asylum. Of course, I try to get my ghost pictures too, or at least EVP or whatever. He tells me, we ain't going to the asylum. I got a record for cocaine, Not my fault. You're sloppy with the cops. Cops are fucking chasing you. I hope your ass can hop a fucking fence. Because my white ass is going to be gone. So anyways, he's got a record. He's like, I don't want to get caught. It's blizzarding out. Who the fuck, what kind of security is going to be patrolling an asylum when the asylum, it's fucking snowing out? They don't get paid enough to patrol the grounds. He sits there and he says to me, he says, I've been to this asylum 50 times. I own this asylum. He's like, I got blueprints, I got this, I got that. We never got to go to the asylum. The both of them overthrew me. He said, we're copping out. I said, I'll go myself. I said, I'll go to the fucking asylum right now myself. I said, I know the way in too. I did a lot of fucking aerial map studying and everything to prepare this. That's why I flew out there, was the asylum. We never got to go. Instead, he takes me to some fucking park to investigate. We'll walk around the park. 2 of my cameras break. Obviously, cameras and moisture don't mix well. If you're a photographer, you know not to get your goddamn cameras wet. We had no choice. He took me out in a fucking blizzard. Both fucking cameras broke back to back. Oh, I was pissed. I almost took that truck and I almost said, fuck these motherfuckers. Leave their asses there. They're lucky I'm a fucking good leader. I'm back safely. But the worst investigator? Fuck yeah, 7. Then his ass is going on how he hiked 20 miles a day. That asshole sat there and ate fucking cheese curls and sat in that goddamn truck and never gave us a fucking ounce of gas money, an ounce of money nothing towards the trip. We even paid for the rental. We refused his money. He gave us $70 towards the rental, and my friend said, you know what? You keep the money. That's the type of nice guys that we are towards our investigators. And then he goes online talking shit about this organization, and I'll tell you what, you get home, and his fucking girlfriend's going, you could have got my boyfriend sick with a cold and the flu, and he could die, and you're a freaky 32-year-old. The fuck's my age have to do with it? I know that. I'd rather hike with someone who's older with experience than hike with someone who's 14 fucking years old. Hey, hey son, take me out to the fucking Pine Barrens. It just makes no sense. So anyways, these people go on, and they go create these little sites and these little hate groups about me. And what those people who think he's in the right, they better look again. Because that is paranormal investigator. So I think I made my point about the 5 worst investigators of 2007, and I don't know how this year, what kind of explorers we're going to get. People write me constantly I'm constantly getting emails lately. Now that I'm leaving Florida, I've had 5 people tell me they want to come. I'm like, we're done, man. Florida is done. I ain't doing nothing else in Florida. If I go to California, someone calls me up and they're willing to cover our travel costs and they want me to do something big down here, like a media show or something, I'll come down here. But other than that, I am done with the state. Especially after seeing Peggy Sue about 1,000 times at McDonald's, my ass isn't going to deal with no Peggy Sues. So anyways, that deals with pretty much the worst investigators. Now, if you're paying attention and you were on my groups, you read my blogs, or anything like that, or you've been around, you know that about, let's say, a few weeks ago, I had interviewed an author. His name is Bill Bean. I wish him the best in his work. I don't wish anybody, I don't think ill of anybody except the people that are doing the hating. But as far as he goes, he's trying to get his story out there, and it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there to be able to write a book, and some people are going to laugh at you and put you down. Well, he writes me the other day, he says, Rick, you're not going to fucking believe this. Well, he didn't say fuck, but I mean, I say fuck, So he says, you're not going to fucking believe this. He sends me a video clip. He's been going around, and he's been interviewing for all these radio shows, not just internet radio shows, but he's been doing studio work too, calling up and that's great because he's got to get his book out there. But anyways, why he was doing a radio show, that there was a host and a co-host, and they were sitting there at the table, and they looked across, and they both heard, the studio's locked at night, they both heard something shout at. The girl looks over by the soda machine and by the fridge or whatever and sees a fucking dark-ass shadow. And this thing squeezed in a 3-inch space. Wasn't human. It was an entity, ghostly, demonic, I don't know. But this happened during the interview with him, and I sent out the video for people to look at because I wanted people to actually, see that we had interviewed Bill Bean. And what I'm starting to gather, I've been going through all this and looking at all the evidence. It seems like anybody he has an interview with, radio show host, they're not really having problems, but during the show there's technical difficulties, the lines are cutting out, they're getting EVP or strange voices on the other end, people are seeing this dark shadow. This is a very dark entity this guy has gotten himself involved with. It's a very dark spirit. He didn't ask for it. It was something that he grew up with, and it does not go away. And the thing was, what I found interesting about it, but I failed to mention it to my fans. I failed to mention it to even him. When I was doing the show, I did not hear anything strange. I did not see anything strange. But as a very good energetic psychic, I could actually feel something very powerful around my house. I could actually feel something trying to play war with me, push against my energy, and that ain't fucking happening. I love to deal with demons. I love to deal with ghosts and all these things, but sometimes some things do try to push their way in, whether it's in your house, in your presence. And I could feel how strong this thing was. I know it's strong. This thing has the capability to visit the radio show host that he's interviewing. And, I watched the video and I thought to myself, I kind of thought it was funny because I could see the look of fear on these people's faces. Me, if I seen the fucking shadow, I'd be tickled goddamn pink. I would be jumping up and down. I'd be like, come on, dark shadow, come the fuck out. Let's dance, man. I'm the fucking devil. Let's dance. Let's toke one, But, it's been acting very different, the shadow, with different people. And I think it's based on people's strengths. There are some people out there who are just that, paranormal radio show hosts. Then there's some people like me, I dabble in a little bit of everything. And that's because I want to learn, I want to experience. I don't want to deny myself knowledge, and I don't think anybody should. And I thought that was interesting because I still keep in touch with him, and I watched the video clip. My take on it is that it is a demonic entity, It's a very dark shadow. It's very conscious. It knows what it's doing. It's pretty much fucking with all the other radio show hosts. Didn't fuck with us. We got a full interview on him without any technical difficulties. But we still, like I said, you know, sitting here, I could feel like something was outside the house. I could feel, even after I got off the interview with him, I could almost feel like something was watching and thinking to itself like, you're an interesting one. It's almost like conversing with it in a telepathic way. I could almost feel like it was saying, you know, it's almost like it's intrigued with my energy. Because, you know, like I said, I dabble in a lot of more darker things. And that tends to intrigue darker entities because I'm willing to deal with them as opposed to sitting my ass off away from them. Because I'm not much of, you know, I'm not a person to run. And I tell my team members and my explorers that go out on these woods adventures, I'm like, we ain't running, man. If it's there, we're going to face off at this shit. We ain't going to run. We ain't going to fucking hightail. We ain't going to get scared. But it's all based on the situation. I mean, you'd run from another human being if they got a shotgun, obviously, to protect your own ass. But, I mean, if you come on a trail face-to-face with Bigfoot, the biggest mistake you could do is fucking run from him. Because you know his strides are 6 to 8 feet. He's going to catch your white ass. You ain't going to escape no Sasquatch in the woods. That Sasquatch is going to fucking tear you apart if it gets a hold of you. And people say, yeah, peaceful creatures. But I had a couple people let me know inside cases that some people have actually been attacked by these things. I know at least 3 cases. One guy got his back broke by one. It snapped him like a fucking twig. So, you know, there are things out there that can hurt you. I don't know about you, but I don't want to fucking sit in a goddamn wheelchair. I like my broads. I like my sex too fucking much. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. It's like, hey, what are they going to call me? Wheelchair Rick? You know, I mean, it just doesn't go good, you know? But, yeah, I mean, the newspapers have a review on the professional publishers. It's his first book that he's got. I don't know if he's going to put another book out. But anyways, let's see. I will be accepting more callers if you want to call in because I am paying attention. I'd also like to say that there's going to be a couple new features that are going to be put on our site. The first feature I'm going to put on our website is I want to do an urban exploration web ring. You know, it's basically just a page, and it'll put banners of any urban exploring groups that I either belong to or that I'm friends with. And right now I'm friends with 3 different. I'll be patient with you, Millie, when you call in, baby. But anyways, I'm going to be putting an urban exploration web ring on in. I'm going to do it for my friends. I do consider Mike Dijital of digitalphotography.com. And, of course, Massachusetts Urban Exploring, Rob Duffy. They're both my friends, and I'd like to promote them, too, because, I am a moderator on the one board for their paranormal board and stuff. And, and I think that people should be made aware of the strange and the paranormal. And I think that it's great that more urban explorers are taking an open approach to these things. There's always going to be some people that are out there, who are going to laugh, who are going to be just, I don't know. I could think of a few groups that don't like us that are going to mistreat that or abuse that fact. You're going to think it's stupid, but it's really not. I mean, if somebody has the option to educate themselves, if they want to sit there and talk about paranormal, they can. If they just want to urban explore, they can do that too. It really doesn't matter. It's about just keeping an open mind and having a good time. And you're going to get some people who are going to say, hey, I want to do a little bit of both. We've had some people, some investigators who say, hey, I'm skeptic. I don't believe in the paranormal. And you know what? I tell those people, well, you can still come along and, you can still enjoy our investigations, whether you believe in the stuff or not. Because I like the company. I like to be able to talk and look around. I like to be able to hang with my friends. So it doesn't matter if you believe. And, you can go join You can go join all these other paranormal groups and stuff. And I'll tell you right now, what they're asking for is a little bit too much. They're like, you must believe in this, you must believe in that. That's not our style. I don't fucking care if you got a college degree. I don't care, you know, if you're an urban explorer or you're into cryptozoology. It doesn't matter. You know, it's like I said, I go out west, I'm gonna need the help. I mean, can you imagine me going in Yosemite, hiking for days in the fucking mountains without any help? You know, everybody's got to help out and do their part. And it doesn't matter if you believe or you don't believe. Of course, one place I'm really leery about is deserts out west. I've been in the desert before. Now let's fucking tell you something. You go in the desert at night, you can't see your goddamn hand in front of your face. You can see every star out, but you can't see your hand in front of your face. And when you start seeing lights in the fucking desert, that's when you shit your pants. And I've seen some things out in the desert. I like deserts, but you know, there's a lot of testing going on out west. A lot of thing by the government. We did see something a couple years ago. I like to go to Las Vegas. I am a Las Vegas guy. I like the strippers. I like the dancers. I like, oh man, I like it all. You know, I like to fucking go gamble. And I'm not a big gambler, but I'll gamble a little, and then I'll fucking eat a nice meal at 3 in the fucking morning. Yeah, I like to enjoy myself. And outside Las Vegas, if you go to the desert north of Vegas, actually north, and there's a couple places southwest, there are some strange things fucking going on. Flying creatures. I mean, I've seen something. I got a piece of it with my eye. The woman that I was with seen the whole thing, would not get out of the car. I mean, she's seen something the size of a fucking dragon flying around, and I said, really? I was like, oh, I'm fucking going out there. I fucking was running around this thing. I could hear it flapping around and moving around, and I'm out there, and I'm looking, I'm calling. I'm like, come on out, man, come on out. Spotlight at that time, they could light up a mountain. It's like a 10 million candlelight power one. Now they make them at 17, I guess, on the equipment. So they're trying to make brighter spotlights. You know, it's a comp thing. Maybe they'll, I don't know, but I'm going to get one of those eventually because I want to be able to light mountains up. So anyways, I was lighting it up. That was out because I had used it up in the ghost town previously. So I couldn't see what this thing really was. But it was big. It was moving around. And you think, you know, hey, the woods is creepy? Fuck no. What's creepy is the goddamn fucking desert. Hundreds of fucking mines, government testing. You probably got some fucking hills have eyes shit going. People with fucking bubbles on their fucking heads and missing eyeballs and shit. And, you know, who knows what the hell's in those mines or what's going on. But it's creepy. As the sun goes down behind those mountains, I mean, those mountains are in the there are mountains out there. It gets very dark, and you hear things moving around. And sometimes you see lights you can't explain, and you're thinking, God damn, not only am I stuck in the fucking desert with cactuses, I'm going to be fucking anal probed tonight. Not cool. So, you know, I'll also be working with deserts and stuff like that. You know, it's just one of those things that I got to adjust to because it's a lot different than Florida. It's a lot different than New York. You know, you're dealing with a lot different of a terrain. Speaking also in the news, Mars is starting to pull away from Earth. You're never going to see it this close again, I think, for another 12 years. I had looked at it in the telescope. I had a lady friend over. She brought her telescope. We looked at it. She couldn't really get it much in the focus, but we were able to enlarge it so many times and kind of get a good view on it. And, you know, Mars is one of these planets that always intrigues me. It's a great planet. It used to be a lot like Earth at one time. And anyways, I was looking at it, and then I was remembering, you know, there was an article about a week ago that they found a strange-looking door on Mars to like a cave or a dome or something like that. And it was just like, wow. You know, because you know what's buried under all that sand is ancient civilizations, that Mars actually had life. And there's a lot of controversy going on with NASA because NASA stories keep changing. And, you know, the whole thing about that is as of now, I think something's being covered up. I think that to Mars going, being that it's been closer than ever. If we did not focus on war and we did a mission to Mars, they could have planned it to go to Mars this year when Mars was this close to us. It's not going to happen again. Mars is, 12 years from now, it's the next opportunity for Mars to get this close to Earth. So I looked at it through the telescope, and, the mind just wanders. You sit there and you think to yourself, man, send me the goddamn Mars. But see, NASA has banned me, so obviously I'll never be sent to Mars. Can you imagine them sending me to Mars? I'll be like, hey, make sure you pack about 4 years of fucking joints with you. Yeah, I'll tell NASA, I'll be like, you gotta pack me some joints, man. You gotta pack me about 50 pounds. Send me off to fucking space. We'll just call it even. It's an experiment. I'm gonna end up not being able to come back. If I'm gonna die smoking on Mars, or in my little fucking pot, or whatever the heck they want to send me in. But yeah, NASA doesn't have any money. I agree. A lot of people want to go to Mars. A lot of countries talk about it, but it's like I said, this country would have the money if we would focus. It's not being focused on. There's so much other shit that's spent out there. Ballpoint fucking pens for the government, $1 million here, All that shit adds up. Feed the president. Give the president a vacation. And it's just all that exploring space. We should be able to visit other planets. Wouldn't it be phenomenal to hear that the Earth, well, call them the aliens, they call us lings, but if our civilization touch another planet, it's something to think about. To be able to step onto another planet. Look at Mars. The tornadoes are twice the size. The storms are twice the size. There's cliffs that are larger than the ground. There's all kinds of things to see. If we haven't even explored our planet, we're never going to explore that planet. If maybe someday, 1 million years from now, maybe they will. I don't know. But anyways, we're supposed to more callers, so if anybody wants to call on the show and they want to chat it up, they can. Okay, good point, Odd. He says it can't talk up on Mars, too little O2. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. I guess it kind of sucks. I guess that if you go to Mars, you're going to be stuck fucking sleeping half of the time, bored out of your mind. You're not going to have MySpace. What the hell are you going to do? It's like they better fucking, they better put a couple gothic girls in some astronaut uniforms for me to entertain me or something, because I'm telling you, I don't think I could do it. I think I could wander around Mars. I'd be smiling. I'd be like, yeah. But, the boredom would just kill me. I could not be confined to such a small space for that long. And then, of course, when you come back to Earth, how much older would people be? You might come back and everybody's 4 years older or 5 years older. I don't know. It's actually quite scary about it. And, yeah, Mike, you're right. We could actually get drunk on Mars. Just give me a bottle of Southern Comfort or something like that. I'm good, man. Just sit there and you just drink a bottle of Southern Comfort, but that only lasts so long, but you have to be dry and to go on that. Obviously even NASA said it is a very risky trip. It's a trip that probably, whoever does it, probably will not make it back. They will make it one way. Guarantee you they could send them one way and it'll land, but coming back, I don't know. That's, but if we do not explore further things, we're probably doomed as a civilization around this Earth. But anyways, so that just crossed my mind when I was about it. And I know this is going to be a little bit off topic, but not really. Since I'm the host, it's my job to promote what I do. And for our listeners out there, I'd like you to at least, our new listeners, at least check out our site at www.paranormalghostsociety.com. Like, if you're tuning on in, we have a lot of ladies on there, strippers, porn stars, adult actresses, whatever you want to call them. You know, a lot of them are in California. They're on my Now Live list. And my photography business, well, I photography business here, it's part-time, and my photography business up there. But we do adult photography, and you can check us out, AngelOfThyNight Enterprises. Yeah, I know, real creative, right? Okay. But anyways, you can check us out. This week I had actually met with a porn star, a female porn star, and I did photo shots for her site. She wants me to do all her other female models and strippers and dancers, and I'm just like, oh, Lord Rick's hit the jackpot. And I did a photo shoot of her because I'm a very talented photographer, not just when I go out and take pictures of places, but, you know, I do photo shoots for people, too, where I was doing it for free for a lot of friends, but, you know, when you meet some porn star who's making the money, sorry, baby, you got to pay. You got to pay. AngelOfThyNight Enterprises. Got to check us out. And as you know, I don't know if any of you are keeping up with the presidential election. Everybody wants to hear about porn. It's a big business. Paranormal fucking porn. That's what I need to start up, a paranormal porn site. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? You got fucking Casper, and you got fucking the Jersey Devil going at it, you know? But going back to that, no, I'm mixing up topics here. That's not cool. I'm going to go into a little bit about the presidential election. Of course, I am not big on politics. I just read an article that Vermont wants to segregate itself from the country, possibly Montana and a couple other states, and I think that's a great idea. American permits and countries, which is very acceptable because this country ain't fucking doing anybody any justice. It really isn't. There's more laws, less freedoms, more taxes, too much drama, to be honest with you. Way too much drama in this country. War, this, that. Nobody wants to live there. You know, you live short life, man. You want to drink, you want to smoke, you want to have girls, you want to have fun. You want to party, you want to fucking explore and paranormal investigate. You don't want that shit taken away from you. And now we got this presidential election thing going on. You know, we got Hillary Clinton, which I think is a goddamn fucking joke. Now, I commend Bill. I mean, if he wants to nail the interns at the White House, so be it. If it's the fucking White House, I'm going to be nailing my interns. Hell, what normal guy wouldn't actually, you know, grow an intern? You got some girl, she's sitting there in her fucking skirt, and she's like, you know, she's receptionist. You're not going to take advantage of that situation? So anyways, you know, Hillary Clinton, nah, I don't know. You know, he's all right in the White House, but her, she's just like, you know, she's sitting there, she's crying, she's getting fucking emotional. You know, the girl is coming out in her. Or should I say, you know, she's a female, and there's nothing wrong with the female president. But it's like, do I sense a bitch here? Because, you know, let's face it, you know, she's a female, maybe she's gonna go through menopause. She's like, that's it, I fucking got menopause, we're going to World War III, let's fucking nuke the world. I don't fucking know. I don't think the world's ready for a female president. But, you know, Bill Clinton, okay, I'm cool with Bill Clinton, but he's not going to be running the show. She's wearing the pants. Nope, no Bill Clinton. And we got this other fucking guy. It's like, how many about running for president? But then they put me under the microscope on how I toke and how I got this girl and this lifestyle. It's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck does it matter? I go in the White House, I do my goddamn job. It's like a 9-to-5 fucking job. I do my job, I sign a few fucking papers. Fuck it. Does it fucking matter, you know? So, McCain, nah. That guy, fucking, whatever his name is for the New York mayor and the World Trade Center, hell no, I wouldn't fucking vote for him either. You know, it's like you use the goddamn tragedy and now you want to be fucking president because you were the mayor when the World Trade Center went down. You know, it's like, come on, you know, he's like, I helped the New Yorkers out and I'm going to be running for president. That's all, you know, that's all good and shit like that, but you're dealing with something so much more. I mean, you know, presidents are just monkeys anyway. You know that there's someone above the president that calls the shots. I mean, there is a higher command. There's a deeper conspiracy within the country, and everybody knows it. And then we got this Obama guy. Obama, oh fucking Sama. Same fucking thing. You know, some people say he wants to bomb other countries, and and everything else. I don't know how true that is, but, it's like, if it seems too good to be true, you better watch it. But Obama, I mean, it's just like, geez, it's like, I never heard of this fucking guy. Who the fuck is this guy? Might as well say, hey, Lord Rick for president. Put me in office. I'll legalize fucking marijuana. Everybody gets a goddamn turkey on Thanksgiving. Hell, I won't even give you a fucking turkey. I'll give you a turkey every goddamn fucking holiday. And hell, the president, you can go watch me play fucking hockey, man. I don't give a fuck. But see, that's the way this country is, You're the president, you're put up on this little pedestal. There's no equality. It's like Bush, He's an entrepreneur. He's out to make money. So all these people fucking running for president, it's just like, man. And then we got the last one, I guess, Ron Paul. And I see a lot of Ron Paul stickers in Florida. Everything he says sounds great. Sounds like a Kennedy. Sounds like a president that's all for the people. But then it's like you gotta sit down. You gotta think, man. If it, again, it sounds too good to be true. Because obviously some of you who have been hurt by the laws in this country obviously want someone that's going to get rid of them. Someone who's for the guns, someone who, for your own protection, someone who's strict on marijuana. You want someone who's going to get rid of the Patriot Act, because that Patriot Act hurts families like mine. You go in for a checking account, you can't get it because of this, and that, because they got to now run private information. That type of shit hurts. Ron Paul might be the best solution. I don't know. Some people have ripped me privately and said, no, Ron Paul's no good. He's done this, he's done that. No, Millie, we weren't actually talking about you but yeah, Mike, you could check out her pics. Millie's a hottie, and I've been friends with Millie for about 2 years, and some people listen to the show are like, who the fuck is this guy talking about? But I just want to make an example and just say, the Found Paranormal Ghost Society for many years. There are some people for many years along with it. It's not like what I do is for nothing. I mean, there are people that I've known some people 6 years online. That's pretty good. And I've known Millie a couple years, and and she is going to help me. She's in California, so I'm sure she'll help me with a few things when I get out west. She'll be more than happy, I'm sure, to do research or paranormal trips and investigations and things like that. But that's what it's about. You get to know somebody for a couple of years, and you help each other out. It's almost like this guy. I met this guy recently, and I went over his house. We played dice, we played cards, we smoked, we drank, we partied our asses off. And he says to me, this guy's older. He's a hillbilly. He's not a hick, but he's a hillbilly. He's missing most teeth and stuff. And we're sitting there, we're partying. He's a cool guy. He used to be in the Army and stuff. And he says to me, don't you lose touch with me, brother. He says, because one day you might need my help, or, vice versa. And that's why it's good to make close friends for many years, because when you need a person to help you out, they're going to be there, whether you're journeying or whatever. No, not in Florida. He's from the Carolina mountains. He moved down here. Most people that live in Florida move down here, whether they move from the mountains, the hills, they want to get away from the cold weather. I don't know what it is. But anyways, not bad coffee. At least it's not Southern Comfort, right? But anyways, it's like I just meet all kinds of people. I'd have to say the last few months I've met a lot of people from my list. People that wanted to meet, people that wanted to investigate, and I've tried to meet as many people as possible. And, and it's like, I'd say in New York and other states, people are pretty hospitable. But down south, they don't take too well to me, I guess it must be the hick thing. It kind of upsets them, But that's all right. That's all right. We're all entitled to our own opinions. If you come live down here for 4 years and you travel the way I've traveled, go down some of them dirt roads. You go down some of them dirt roads and you tell me what you think of Florida after you come down off a dirt road. Your whole opinion of this state will fucking change. Especially when Big Mama comes stumbling down the fucking road, puking and everything else, and she's trying to call you over, because she thinks you want her ass and shit. It's like, oh, no, please no. Only from talking to people who've lived down here most of their life, I've been told is that what it is, there's just too many different cultures, and it's not mixing. People are not getting along down here. A lot of fighting, a lot of drama. Not to mention, okay, what we got going on is we got Jerry fucking Springer. Jerry Springer loves Florida. And Mike's been listening to my shows for quite some time, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about when I go into these Jerry Springer stories down here in Florida. It's like this girl the other day contacted me, 36 years old, lives with her parents. I said, where do you live? She goes, I live about a mile away. I said, yeah. I said, you live a mile away? Let's hook up, man. Let's have some fun. She says, and I live with my Christian parents, and I'm 36 years old. And I'm like, great, so I got to climb in your goddamn window, my ass fucking hanging out the window of the fucking trailer park. I got to park at the trailer park. I mean, I didn't even make it to your trailer because some cracked out hookers like, come here, you know? Oh, my God. I got to get the hell out of here. It's like a goddamn fucking madhouse. Yeah, I am in the Daytona area. And actually, I'm between Daytona and Orlando, and Bike Week's a great thing. Because, you get all these bikers, they come from New York, they come from, I know biker groups, obviously, so it is nice if I can find groups. I one time went to a clubhouse, a biker clubhouse, actually a couple of them. I even have a biker clubhouse card. So it's Bike Weeks in town because it actually brings some normality to this fucking area. Come in, they got their tattoos and their fucking nice-ass Harley Davidson. It's like, yeah. And these fucking girls, they're on the back of the bikes. They're lifting up their tops, showing you their fucking tits. You're like, yeah, I love Florida. And then Bike Week goes, and you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck am I doing in Florida? Because, see, you get the shot of the tits for about 3 seconds. Then the rest of the year, you're fucking suffering. You're fucking panting. You're like, you're a normal fucking girl, no fucking Peggy Sue. So, yeah, I'm pretty much done with Peggy Sue. I'm done with it all. I am moving out west. I am going to have a blast. I am going to sit there and I'm going to open my blinds. I'm going to look out my window and I'm going to see a hill. Every fucking day I'm going to see a hill. And I'm going to spark one up. I'm going to say, there's the fucking hills. Because there ain't no hills in Florida. And I'll tell you what, there is something about Florida a lot of people do not realize, that it's at sea level and below sea level in some areas. What are you going to do if a tsunami comes through? What are you going to do with global warming? What are you going to do? I mean, there's no hills, there's nowhere to hide. According to the global warming maps, if you study them, it shows that 90% of Florida will be underwater at some time or another, whether it's in our day and age, or if it's a couple hundred years down the road. And I'll tell you what, I won't be here. I don't care if it's 200 years down the road. I mean, you can study maps, it's all over the internet, and you can see that there's like a little patch of land showing where Florida is by the time global warming is done taking place. It's like, they're going to fit how many millions of people on this goddamn island? Of course, it's supposed to be a gradual thing, but let's say it's not a gradual thing. Then what? And, speaking of earthquakes and things like that, I've been in earthquakes and all that kind of stuff, and you're right. I mean, there's dangers wherever you go, Florida, out west, whatever. But earthquakes are usually, the epicenters are usually always in the same area and have been for hundreds of years. If you go to San Francisco and that's where the epicenter is for the ladders, chances are if you live a couple hundred miles north, you're going to get some tremors, but you're not going to get the epicenter. I can deal with tremors. Now, if I wake up and my goddamn fucking bedroom's splitting in half and I see a 200-foot fucking hole, I'm in deep fucking shit. I might as well fucking take my hands and dive in face first and say, hey, I'm going to fucking hell, Lord Rick in fucking hell. Because that's what's going to fucking happen, man. Because, I mean, but I'm not in the epicenter. I try to keep myself out of the danger zone. Sometimes I get myself in these weird situations, like when I first moved here to Florida, we got hit with 4 hurricanes. The eye passed over me in this no-name fucking town. It passed 2 eyes back to back. The eye came over, and I fucking stood outside. I'm like, hey, I'm in the fucking eye. But it got so bad, I got so bored during one hurricane. I stayed at this really old, beat-up house. And I'll tell you what, I stayed in the house in the dark for 5 fucking days. Sent my kids to see an all-team. I'm sitting there in the house, and it's got all kinds of ghost activity, and there's trees flying through the walls, and the house is fucking rocking like a boat because it's on blocks. It's a historical home. It's almost 2 centuries it's been through, 1800s, 1900s, and a 2000. So it's an old house. I'm sitting there, and oh man, I mean, it got so fucking boring. I was going out in the hurricane. I was fixing myself cups of coffee, making a giant moon in the middle of the hurricane. 50-mile-an-hour winds, 100-mile-an-hour winds. I'm sitting on the porch, man. Rain's hit me in the face. I got my fucking joint on my mouth. I'm just like, man, I really am fucking bored down here. So natural disasters really don't bother me. The only thing is please don't let my house burn down. Because, I mean, there are fires in California, and half of the state burns down, and it's like, got to keep the woods away from my house a little bit, But I was under the eye and stuff. And someone asked a question of why the show's listed under science and medicine. Well, hey, man, I am the perfect medicine. I'm Lord Rick. And I'm giving a dose of medicine to my type of medicine. And as far as science, well, there's science involved in everything you do. I mean, what the hell, what else am I supposed to put it in? I mean, people don't think, what category are you going to put your fucking show in? Well, I ain't going to put it in the fucking opera section, because I ain't going to sing no fucking opera. So, a little bit of science, a little bit of Lord Rick medicine. There we go. And anyways, there was a few articles that were out. And I guess, like some of these articles I'd like to discuss, one of them was an SUV slipped into gear in Florida and pinned an Orlando woman. The woman knows she's got bad gears, yet the woman goes in front of her vehicle. The goddamn fucking SUV rolled over her stomach. It's like, okay. Had her pinned, the fire department had to come, fire department put bags on under, and they got her out. And it's like, I hear stupid shit like this all the time down here. It's like they said that it popped into gear, into drive on its own, and ran her over. And she didn't receive any major injuries or anything, but just stupid shit. Yeah, the truck sat right on her stomach, and of course, an SUV is a lot heavier than your average car, so it's, try taking a vehicle and run over your foot. You feel it. And this thing sat right on her stomach. It's like, well, I don't think you'll be able to have kids. I think it crushed your ovaries to death. Probably shoved your ovaries up her ass or something like that. Jesus. So, yeah, that was a funny story. And then there was another story that I had read, and I'll cover a few of them before I end the show. And I guess in German cemeteries, the bodies are not decaying. So the Germans, they're sitting there, and I got German in me, but the Germans are sitting there, they're making a stink out of it. They're like, these bodies won't decay. They're saying that the bodies are turning into wax-like corpses. And now they want to build burial chambers to solve the problem, or extensive soil reconditioning is a viable alternative. And of course, the whole thing is that they're worried because they want the bodies to just obviously become one with the soil. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, why? They're underground. You bury somebody, they're underground. Does it really matter the condition of the body? Does it matter if it decays? No. They're underground. Who the fuck cares? If you're that worried, Go to the goddamn crematory, start shoving the bodies in there, and blow the ashes, throw them into the sea, if you're worried about that. And so that article was really weird because it's like, you know, like, for example, the Pope and all these saints that are buried, their bodies don't decay. But that's because they do special conditioning to the bodies and, you know, and all that. It's not a miracle, believe me. And that's the same thing that's happening with the cemetery. Maybe they're conditioning their bodies a certain way before they bury them. They're not decomposing. Who cares? I mean, actually, are they digging these goddamn bodies up? Are they like fucking? They see this guy, you know. They see it's like they look at the grave and say, "Hey, let me undig him." Come on now. Oh, he's wax-like. Let's put him back into the ground. What the fuck? I couldn't believe I read that shit, man. And then there was another article on footprints of Adam and Eve found. And, you know, how the hell do they know that these are footprints of Adam and Eve? Oh, and why do I have German in me? Well, there was a question in the chat room. I have German in me because my father was German, so I have a German heritage. But, you know, sometimes it really shows with my temper. Let's just put it that way. But most of the time, my Italian side comes out. You know, I love my women, and I love the smoke, and be happy. But anyways, they found footprints of Adam and Eve, something like 250 to 500 million years ago. Their fossil tracks are both bare, have a humanoid impression, and I guess those tracks have been found from Virginia, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, Utah, Oklahoma, and Texas. Adam and Eve. Very human-like. Sure, 500 million years ago, what kind of creatures were on Earth? But if that's the case, then that would say that they had walked amongst the dinosaurs. I mean, because there were dinosaurs, 500 million years ago? We're talking millions of years. So, but it's like, how do you know it's Adam and Eve? But it just proves one theory and one point only, because I'm not going to get into the whole article, is that mankind is older than what you've been taught. You look into the Bible, you know, and the Bible basically does not cover that. The Bible makes you think that, you know, mankind's only a few thousand years old. In reality, if man's 500 million years old, who the fuck knows what went on back then? Who the hell knows what we even looked like? Humans could have had a goddamn fucking duckbill or been walking on all fours like goddamn orangutans or something. I don't fucking know. You know, but the tracks that they're discovering are in this country. That's the whole thing. They're finding footprints, shoe prints from 250 million years ago. And now they have to redo everything. Evolution, they're going to have to change all kinds of different things because of it. So, you know, definitely they are still discovering things about our Earth, our history, our origins. Then we go into another article about Thieves Steal Bridge in Russia. Oh, this is a good one. Up in Russia, a 38-foot bridge weighing 200 tons had disappeared overnight after scrap metal thieves were able to dismantle it without anybody noticing. How the fuck do you steal a bridge without anybody seeing it? And of course, you know, they said that road led to a heating plant, so it was just a one-way road or a narrow road. I guess the next morning, and the bridge was gone. I mean, it's like shit like that. And so now the Russians are pissed off, or whoever owns the company that's you know, because nobody can get to the company because there's no bridge now. And they're like, we're building a concrete fucking bridge. It's like, I'd like to see you steal that, bitch, motherfuckers. So now they got a con going up. That's just crazy, because when you sit there and you look, I post a million stories like this. The last 7 years, 6 years, I've been posting stories like that, and it's like not all of them are paranormal. Just some of them are just stupid, weird ass shit. So, anyways, then we go into what I was going back to, but I didn't get around to, is in Greenland. and Antarctica there is ice instabilities. Well, no shit. The Earth's heating up, and it's heating up fast. The ice sheets are cracking. The waters are rising. There's a lot of changes. There's plants growing in these areas. Up in Greenland and all these Arctic areas, there are actually blooming. There's some areas don't even have fucking snow. So anyways, things are changing. This is not, some people say global warming is a new thing, but there are some signs. See, I can't even speak straight. It must be the Southern Comfort. There are signs showing that global warming has actually taken place every few thousand years in this country or in the world. And it's happening again. I'm pretty sure eventually both poles will melt totally. I am sure that those seas are going to rise very high. A lot of places will not have to worry, but New York City, underwater. Coastal cities, underwater. Florida, underwater. Islands, submerged. It's going to happen, and people are going to have to start going further and further inland. And that article was also, along with another article about new super Earth found in space. Okay. As you know, if you're like me and you enjoy reading about outer space, you'll know that a lot of Earth-like planets have been recently discovered. Well, they found an Earth-like planet outside our solar system to date, and they believe it's a world that has water running on its surface. It's about 20.5 light years away in the constellation Libra. And of course, the discovery was made in Chile. It looks to be in liquid form, which could harbor life. They said the super Earth temperatures probably lie between 0 and 40 degrees Celsius. Thus, the water would be liquid, of course. And its radius would be only 1.5 times the Earth's radius. So it is a little bit bigger. They said it also looks like it's covered in oceans and has rocks. But anyways, I could go into the rest of the article, but the point is that there are other planets like Earth out there. So when people go out there and they sit there and they say, for example, we're the only beings in the whole entire outer space, that's bullshit. There are millions and millions of planets, galaxies, stars. And this is just another super Earth that's discovered. It doesn't matter whether the planet has water or it doesn't have water. I think every planet, not every planet, but I would say a majority of planets harbor some kind of life. You might get a creature on one of these planets that's able to withstand the cold or the severe heat. Maybe that's how it lives. No, we don't know. The same building blocks that are on our planet are on many, many other planets. And a lot of people just, they don't realize that. They don't realize the similarities between them. And then speaking of our own planet, there's another article about should we throw hazardous waste into volcanoes? Well, they said it won't work. Why? I don't know. You put something in lava. I mean, they're talking not just nuclear waste. They're talking about putting needles, bandages, anything from hospitals in there. Shit's gonna burn up. The shit's gonna fucking melt. It's gonna be embedded in rocks. It's not really gonna hurt nothing, Shit. Take me to goddamn Mount St. Helens with a Santa sack. I'll fucking throw all the needles fucking in there. You're never gonna see them again. At least not in our lifetime, right? So they're complaining, saying, no, it won't work. The lava won't incinerate it. Why not? Why won't lava incinerate it? Lava, gets, 1,500 degrees, 2,000 degrees? That lava can melt steel. Technically, see, you got to understand the power of lava. You got to go to Hawaii to see it, or at least watch videos of it. And when lava hits something, there's nothing left. And, they're sitting there, they're talking about hazardous waste, putting it in, and I agree, that's a great idea. But there's a lot of people who are like, no. And it's like, we got to be able to find uses for this shit. Spewing volcano, or throwing it, you know, if you look into a volcano, it goes a couple thousand feet down. Throwing it in there ain't going to hurt nothing. But that's my opinion, and everybody's going to have a various opinion on that. But we got too much waste on Earth. We got to start doing something with it. But you know, the thing is that there's some volcanoes that are filled with lava, and you can dump the waste in there, and that's pretty much the end of it. It's going to melt it. Glass, metal, the glass and the metal that's on a needle, you don't need a high temperature to melt it, and that's the whole thing. And if there's any diseases, the lava will kill it. So if you can't get no diseases, once the lava hits the needle, then you can't get nothing from it. It kills the bacteria. It's too hot. It burns everything. So that was an opinion. I thought that was a great idea, but of course it probably never will happen. And then of course we got another thing. It's one of the last stories I'll probably go over. Actually, I got two more. And this story goes into a new risk to Earth found in supernova explosions. They're finding out that it's possible that if a supernova occurs close enough that it'll actually will take out this Earth. And that recent supernova is very far away, 7,500 light years from Earth. And it says if it explodes, most of its energy would be scattered and absorbed into vast emptiness of space. It also be till 45 degrees from the line sight of Earth. So any type of gamma or high energy burst expected with the star's eventual eruption would Earth. The point it's trying to make is that if there was some degrees that were off, or if it was any closer, it could hit Earth, and mankind would cease to exist. So, all these people who think Earth's a great place, just a small we're just an atom in the goddamn galaxy. I mean, we're nothing in this galaxy. And people got any time. You might get woken out of bed one day and you might find out that the apocalypse is here. What will you do? I know what I'll do. I'll drink. I have sex. That's what I'll do. I enjoy life. That's how you should do it. You should enjoy life to the last minute. Because they're finding out all kinds of shit right now about supernovas and risk to Earth, and these are real. This is not no ghost that we're going investigating. This is not Bigfoot hiding in the woods. This is scientific information dealing with our universe and our planet. Okay. And the last thing I guess I'll go into is, why do ghosts exist? And I don't think, I read a little bit of the article, but I didn't read it all because I know why ghosts exist. And people they just don't understand. It's not a matter of why they exist. It's like saying, why do we exist? Why does animals exist? Why is there a sky above us? There's no answers for any of this. We exist because we can exist. Everything's made of energy. And you might be a physical human being, and you might sit down and you might drink beer with your buddies at the bar for the next 40 years, but that energy's got to go somewhere, man. Everything's energy, and it's been proven. I mean, you can sit there, and there's so many types of energies, and some of them you can see, like lightning and things. It's the same concept. It's just we haven't discovered how to work with it, manifest it, and that's why we exist. Because humans are just another stage of evolution to entities and ghosts. I think the bigger question is, why do demons exist? It's not a matter of why ghosts exist, but why do other entities exist? Are these entities of another species that once existed on Earth? Are these entities of an alien species? I don't know. I don't have the answer. That's why I'm a paranormal investigator. And of course, when people start hearing about demons, you're live on the air. I haven't patched you through. You can call in, Millie, if you got any questions or anything like that. But anyways, I was going back into the one thing about why ghosts exist and demons and so on. And of course, then when you talk to certain religious groups, they're like, demons come from hell. Well, what's hell? Hell is what you create on Earth. You can make your whole life a hell, or you can make it a pleasant society to live in. And That might just tell us a little bit about demons themselves. Maybe they're not demons. Maybe they're just very angry fucking ghosts, very angry people, and maybe their lives were hell, and maybe that hell is that energy is passed on to other people, just like Bill Bean and this demon he's encountering. It's a very angry entity. It's very angry towards his family, and it also seems to be angry towards anybody that he tries to talk to and get his point across. But try calling again, because I did not see it patch you through. And in order to take calls, you got to call in the number, put the show ID in, and of course, it depends what you use. I mean, if you use your telephone to call in the show, here's what's going to happen. It's going to give you a whole list of things. If you want to tune into a certain show, and you can type in the show number or whatever. I don't know how it works. Actually, I do, but it's not as complicated as it seems, as long as you follow the directions when you call up. I'll patch you through. It'll say I got a call. I'll patch you through. If you use Gizmo, which is a program to call on the show, I don't know how that works. I don't use it, so I cannot really give you any direction on it. If it says you're live on the air, it'll say that it's working right, or you're probably doing something wrong. I'm going to probably be wrapping up the show unless anybody wants to call in with any questions about what I've said tonight. We had one caller. He hikes. I hike. We all hike. Well, not all. Not the SWAT. The SWAT team don't hike. Man, got bitched at so bad by the girlfriend like a week later. The guy don't want to speak to me anymore, and the girl's like, you made us hike. Like I did something bad. It's like, I've done worse things in my life than make someone hike. Jesus Christ. Man, I'm telling you. What somebody has mentioned about nude hiking and shit. You want to hear a fucking funny story? I'll tell you a funny story. One time I was fucking investigating Bigfoot about 5 years ago. It was daytime. I was walking up this trail in the mountains, and I hear this female fucking giggling. I'm looking around. I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? There's got to be some fucking going on in the air. So I'm looking around. She's giggling, and then a guy's giggling, and she's giggling, and I didn't know at first. Back then, I wasn't experienced with a lot of shit than I am now. Because I just thought, I didn't know what it was. I had a rock in my hand, and I threw it in the bushes. And they were still laughing. It was like the rock hit the dude in the back of the head, and they're just like, it's like, what the fuck? What kind of sex is fucking going on? It must have some fucking beast from another world or something. I don't know, man, if naked fucking Bigfoot were fucking going at it or what was going on, but I mean, it's just, the funny thing about it is I was about 5 feet away from the giggles. I mean, there was like shrubbery all over, and yet I could not see a human being. I threw the rock where I heard the sound, but see, at first I didn't know it was people. I just threw a rock in there, and then the giggling started again and again, and I'm like talking. I'm like, who's there? I'm like, I don't know what it is about me and paranormal investigations, but wherever I goddamn fucking go, there are people fucking. Okay, just like I said on my last radio show, I'm up in Cedar Key. Guy's got his feet dangling in the water on the shore, and he's doing some girl doggy style like crazy. It's like, it's dark out, so of course you're gonna walk up because you don't think it's people. You're just like, hey, it's the beach. It ain't the beach, okay? It's the bitch getting pounded from behind. And I seen the bitch being pounded. I seen ass and tits and everything out in the open. And as dirty as it may seem to the public, I'm just telling you what I goddamn seen. And I was ready to snap a photo. I wasn't being overt. Just happened to be, I got excited. I'm like, oh, there's a fucking stark on the fucking water. I'm like, there's fucking birds, man. I'll put that on the site. That ain't no fucking birds. Yeah, Mike, I'm stoned off, and I'll tell you. But actually, tonight I'm on medication because I have this wisdom tooth, you see. I never got my wisdom tooth pulled when I was younger. I let them grow in. Well, the wisdom grew in bad chocolate. and I goddamn eat it. You know, and so my one wisdom tooth I got pulled, the one on the bottom, and I went in pain for 2 months, but it didn't break apart. This other wisdom tooth, I've had the problem for 9 months now. And the fucking thing's broken in half. There's nerves exposed. You can touch the fucking roots. There's a hole. The crown's missing. And I'm going in for surgery in a week. But I ended up buying some pills off some guy, a buddy of mine, you know. And he sold me some pills. They're very rare and hard to get. But I took a pill tonight, and I'm like, wow, where's the fucking wisdom tooth now? I feel like I've already had it surgically removed. I'm feeling fucking good, you know. You take a shot, you take some pills, you take a shot, and you're good to go. It's very painful for me because I have spent 8 or 9 months doing paranormal investigations with a tooth that shoots pain into my neck, my head, my eardrum, and today I was taking a nap. I was sitting there taking a nap, listening to some gothic music, chilling out. And I woke up from the nap, and I swallowed. I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, blood was just pouring out of my mouth. Spit blood out about 5 to 6 fucking times. I mean, I had blood pouring from my fucking tooth. Because there's hardly any tooth left. And dentists, man, these dentists are a goddamn ripoff. This one dentist, I got a bunch of Mexican ladies. They're dentists, and that's who I go through for my insurance right now. And the lady tells me at first, it's $40 to pull the fucking tooth. Now she's like, oh, it's your deductible plus $130 to get rid of it. It's like, come on, lady. You know you're fucking overcharging my insurance company, and you're going to be eating goddamn lobster while I'm going to be eating a ballpark fucking hot dog with mustard. With a bad fucking tooth because I can't afford to fucking pay her. So, you know, some people were like, Rick. Because, you know, I'm sitting there like, you're grouchy. Damn straight I'm fucking grouchy. I seen the guy at Walmart. I wanted to strangle the guy. Wanted to grab him by I wanted to do a Darth Vader on him. I wanted to grab him with one hand and lift him up and say, choose which side you want, light or darkness. It's the tooth. It starts to affect the brain. You know what I'm saying? So, bad tooth. Whatever. I've been dealing with it for many months. Oh, man, it's all this naked talk in the chat room. Jesus. See what I start out? I'm a bad influence to society. If you know, the naked dentist thing would be a good thing to start, because if I ran a naked dentist type of joint, I would be filthy rich. I could have all the dentists pulling the teeth naked. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't mind having dental work done. You want to yank the fucking tooth? Fuck the Novocaine. Show me your tits. I don't need no fucking Novocaine. Show me the tits. But, you know, unfortunately, the only place you might get that is if you go to Las Vegas. Go to Las Vegas, they got everything. You can go to a massage parlor and get a happy ending. You could go to a strip joint, and trust me, I used to live alone out in Vegas. I'd go into a strip joint morning, I'd have 2 dancers sit in my lap. They'd give me their phone number. Sad thing is, you know, they call you up, you call them a week later, like, hey, want to hang up? They're like, yeah, you got $100 in your wallet? It's like, what? What, $100? Jesus. But I love Vegas. Vegas is the place to do it up, man. And I don't see you calling in, Millie. Unless you want to, I mean, let me know when you call on the show. Yeah, I bet you do love happy endings. I lived in Vegas for about 3-4 years of my life. And I'll tell you what, I was a keep-to-myself type of guy, you know. I went to a few strip joints. I mean, who the hell doesn't? I ain't even ashamed. I go to them now. But the point is that there's nothing better than partying in Vegas. You don't want to live there, but you want to party there. And if you're going to explore, because there is a couple places to explore out in Vegas. They got some caves, some mines, they got some ghost towns. They got this one area outside Vegas you can swim underneath, and it comes up into a cavern. There's some cool as shit places. But I'll tell you, I mean, that's just the place to do it up. I think when I move to California, I'm going to go to Vegas anywhere from 1 to 6 times a year. I don't know. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it up, you know. I'm going to do some investigations, some explorations. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to eat at the buffet, and I'm going to party with girls. Because there's nothing better in life than taking your chance and rolling a few dice. And that's what the paranormal and urban exploring is about. You roll the dice, you see what you're going to fucking get. As far as a question to my chat room, there are a few haunted nudie bars out there, by the way. They're just nightclubs that have been changed hand to hand. But as far as the chat room, and I'm going to address this to one of our users. I see you typing that you're having a problem calling in the show. I don't know if you, if you call in the number and you put you follow the directions, it should patch you through. Don't use Gizmo. But it just, I don't see your calls coming up for any given reason, which is really weird. I see my name in the callers, but I don't see you in the, in the calling thing. But you can give it another try. Otherwise, I'm going to close out the show for the evening. I think I covered a lot last 2 hours. I don't know when I'm going to do another show because, like I said, I'm going to be moving. It just depends on when I'm moving. If I'm not moving for a couple months, yeah, I'll do a couple more shows. But if I have to move in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I probably won't be doing any more shows. I've been looking at houses up in California, and hopefully I will be living in one of those houses. I don't want to be living in a fucking cave or anything like that. But yeah, I already found the area I'll be living, and it's really nice. And we'll still be broadcasting the show. It doesn't matter where I move, where I go. We'll keep doing the show. A majority of our listeners are actually very respectful. Of course, occasionally we get a few people in here who just they call the show, but they don't know what the show is about. It's like, read the show, listen to some previous shows ahead of time. Because I don't put out a lot of shows. I usually like to do about 2 a month. No, actually, I cannot refresh the page. I don't know if it'll lose my connection. Actually, no, I can't even refresh the page. See, I'm all messed up tonight. I got this weird thing up on my site right now. Yeah, I got this really weird thing. I got Sonic the Hedgehog on my radio show page. This is really fucked up shit. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to refresh. It's all right. You can call the show next time. When that Bojangles person had called in earlier on the show, when I had patched him out, it left the Sonic the Hedgehog icon. And that's why your call is not showing up or going up on shit. Fucking. Oh, Millie is hot. Millie's my California girl. She knows how much I adore her, and I've known her for 2 years, and I'm hoping that she'll call on the show pretty often and stuff. At least we had one call I was able to patch through. I don't know. I've had 2 callers, and I am looking. This is very odd. Yeah, I've had 2 callers. Let me go ahead and look. Let me put the show on hold for a second. I want to see something here. Oh, here we go. Hello? Hello? I patched the caller through, but they are not saying anything. But I got rid of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Jam. Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I sound so stupid.
Oh, you're on the air.
Oh, my gosh, you can...
Are you using Gizmo, or did you call in using your cell phone?
I hung up the cell phone one. I'm using
Interesting.
the way
Yeah,
my voice sounds with that.
Yeah, as he said, that, you know why you're echoing? This is
Why?
something for all members. If you don't turn your speakers down when you talk to me.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I finally got you through. What I did is I reloaded the chat page. I started a whole new chat session, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to work, but apparently the show's still recording. So anyways, you got any questions for me about the show, or what would you like to say? I think we may have lost her, everybody.
No, Mike died. I have to
Yeah,
press the mic because I talk. It's so annoying.
It's okay because, you know, the show is about learning. And, yeah, we got
I
a
just hear
problem.
you, Mike.
Can you hear me on the show still, though? I mean, you can hear me in your speakers, right?
Yes, I should have just kept my cell phone on.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Mike
Too
likes
late
these
now.
technical difficulties. At least I don't sound like I'm on the moon. You know what? You're our first female caller on the show.
Yay.
Hopefully you're not your last one. Because we really don't get that many women that call the show. We get a lot of, well, I assume that those callers I've had previously are guys, because last time there was a Chris that called in. So, anyways, why don't we go into like how long you've been a member for the group, and then you go ahead and maybe hit me up with good questions.
Oops, I can't hear. I don't know what's wrong with my computer.
It sounds like almost like maybe your computer either needs to be reloaded, or you got a microphone, so maybe it's not connecting right.
Yeah, I just need a new computer, maybe.
Yeah, well, we
I
all
need
need
a new
new
computer.
computers. Yeah, it probably would have been better if you used your cell phone, but then the cell phone will crackle too sometimes.
No, I'm trying to do it right now, maybe. I don't know. Let me call my cell phone. This is really crappy. Here, look.
You go
Press
go
1
ahead
to go.
and call your cell phone. I'll keep everybody
I know.
entertained for. Interesting. Okay, I'm back. How's things on your end, Mike? Your wire's still intact? I like this incoming call shit. It's up close, keeps everybody personal, like family. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. This is really acting weird. We'll see if we can patch her through on the cell phone. You know, when I get a co-host on, what'll happen is that they'll be on the other line, and we'll be able to both trade off on talking and stuff. Because that way I can actually keep an eye on the chat room more and talk in the chat room. Because to be honest with you, if you're stoned, you really want to type in the chat room and do a radio show. You know, but we'll always take incoming calls. Oh, your wife's sleeping, man? No, you know, the flu's going around. Nobody feels good. And I had sent out this thing to my list about a tea that's supposed to help with the flu, and I don't know why I sent it, you know, because like lately people I'm with American Online, and of course that's a lousy service, you know. I mean, it used to be good, but there's always a problem. You send too many emails, you get flagged. Then you write fucking them their service, and they're like, they don't hear questions. Okay, I see you. Did you call this out? Negative flu? Well, when I get the flu and I'm fucking shivering, I'm dressed in like 3 sweaters. Okay, I will patch through again. Wait, no, it doesn't show that you're... I don't see no 909. This thing is reacting. Yeah, I'm going to have to refresh again and again. Oh, boy. I'm going to put you on hold, Millie, and I will patch you through. I will at least try here. Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello?
Yes?
That's a lot better.
Oh, you...
It's alive.
Yay, it worked.
Of course it worked.
Well, it was giving me a hard time. I don't know why. It was that headstock. I don't know. Whatever. So...
Well, at least I'm not giving you a hard time yet.
No. You're cool.
No. But anyways...
Yes, it's my first
you've
time
been a member...
I'm a little nervous. I don't know what...
Come on, don't be nervous. I make a jackass out of myself over the internet. You could go to the Paracomedy page and you could see me acting like a jackass.
Oh, I didn't like that. Okay.
But,
yeah,
you've been a member...
I think you're static.
You sound very good.
Okay, well, thanks.
Yes, 2 years you've been a member of the group. And, of course, we've known each other a couple of years, and Mike says, this is like Howard Stern. It's like, well, yeah, Howard Stern's my idol.
Oh.
I'm a huge Howard Stern fan.
Yeah.
You like Howard Stern?
I used to watch the show when it was on. I don't know what happened. It was a nice show. I don't know. It was really
do you know what happened to him?
I know he went to a satellite radio. I don't know.
Do you know why, though?
No.
Because fucking George Bush sucks. That's why.
Actually, or whatever
the
they call
FCC. Well, FCC had cracked down on a lot of that, and that's why a lot of people are going to this type of radio show, internet radio, because you can be uncensored. There's no censorship. And that's why I like doing the internet radio show, because, you know, I can be myself, and there's really nothing to hold me back, you know. But because of hate groups, if you want to call it that, and people petitioning, he had to end up going to satellite radio. And, of course, I miss his shows. I used to listen to him on the radio driving around, and I can't hear him anymore, but I'm a huge Howard Stern fan, so.
I used to hear him, too. And, yeah, he did have a TV show, and it was just, I think it was him doing the radio, but they taped it, and I used to watch that. And I could see everything that was going on.
Well, see, what I used to like was how he'd have these girls on the show, and he would end up being like, trying to get them to go, you know, he'd refer them to Playboy, and they'd get on the show and stuff. It's kind of like what I do, you know. Well, you know what I do. I do part-time photography, which you got to see. And some of them girls could make it to magazines, too, with my photography. But it's like I'm just starting off, because I only do it here and there very, very seldom. So,
yeah,
you know, I'm kind of like the Howard Stern of the paranormal, you know.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I know you're in California. Do you have any stories you want to share with us about, like, how about that cemetery that you go to, or been to?
That cemetery, that spirit followed me home from the mausoleum, and I guess it was my fault for just hanging out with there. I don't know what I was thinking, but the mausoleum, the first time I went there was really, I could really feel the energy. It was really strong, and it's really big, but for some reason it felt like it was really, really small, and the stench was incredible. And that spirit, well, it was on the first aisle, whatever they call it in mausoleums, by a window, and it was a Wiccan sign right there, and I just looked at it. There was like 2 of them. I don't know if they were related, But I thought everything was fine, and I left, and like a few days later, I started feeling something, and it kind of followed me home, and it stayed with me for a while, and I did feel watched, and nothing really happened, but like one night, and remember I told you about it like the day after, or I don't know, I think I did. I called you or something, or I forgot. It was a while ago. It wouldn't let me sleep.
Yeah, it was.
It was. It wouldn't let me sleep at all. The whole night was like a torment. It was just terrible. But it's gone now, thank goodness. But that was really hard to get over that. I don't know how you deal with all those spirits following. I know you have several of them following you, but I felt them too.
I will tell you right now, I got more ghosts than Jesus Christ himself. I don't know what to do with them all. I mean, it's different with me. I'm at peace with a lot of things, so it doesn't bother me like it would bother an average person. But I'm used to things following me home. Of course, when you do it over and over and over and over, it's just part of life, you know. But if you're not used to something following you home, it can be quite scary. Definitely.
Yeah, well, I got used to it. It wasn't the first time I've seen a spirit before. I saw them before when I was a little kid, and I can feel them, and I can actually hear them sometimes. It depends. I mean, I'm not. I know that they're smart. I know, and I told you before, like people don't give enough credit. They're a lot smarter than we think, and they know when someone's sensitive. But they also know when someone's not willing to be sensitive or not. And they won't. If they're a good spirit and they're respectful, they won't try to contact you if you're not willing. Because then people get really scared. If they're an evil spirit that doesn't care, they will contact them and they'll scare the person or whatever. But I've seen them before, and I heard a woman cry once, and she needed my help. So they know I won't turn them away. That's the problem. I don't want to be sensitive, so that's why they don't contact me more, but I can hear them sometimes. So it's really interesting, too. And I was getting used to that entity following me, and I was getting used to feeling watched in the hallway at night. If I ever got out of my room, I felt it watching me out, but it left me like this week, finally. It was interesting now.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of interesting experiences, and you know, I do actually gotta say something. I over the years and stuff, I've had fans, but I don't think I've ever had a fan into what I do as much as you. And it's
really?
Nice that you're my #1 fan, because I mean it's my fans that keep me going, but it's my friends too. Because if nobody believes in me, then what I'm doing is for nothing,
Yeah.
And of course, when I get out to California, when I get out west, we're definitely going to connect for some investigations, because I would definitely like to have you help me out. And the guys are sitting there in the room. They're like, "Hey, naked co-host." Hell, they don't even know if I'm sitting here naked right now doing the show. But of course, I don't want the guys to think about that. Just the women listening to the show. But of course, that's the nice thing about internet radio. So we can do what we want. But you're in Hollywood or near Hollywood, right?
Yeah, close by. Yes, Naked Hollywood people. And before they started writing Naked Hollywood, I said it first. I don't know. Yes,
Naked Hollywood?
And yeah, I said it before they did, because I know they're going to start saying that.
I'll be going to Hollywood one of these times. That's if I ever, I don't know what's going on. I just know I'm going to be in California, and I'll be visiting all these sites. So, and one place that's always intrigued me though is where you're at. I mean, to investigate parts of Hollywood. I actually want to go up to the sign. The sign. I want to touch the sign. Stoned, of course. And
the only way.
Maybe I will sit, if I could sit on the mountain, sit in the sign. I don't know if there's a way to climb up on the sign, but I'd like to stand up there and get my picture taken.
That'd be cool. I've never been up. You know what? You should go to the Griffith Observatory. It's really cool up there. And it's you can see all of Hollywood. It's really nice. And I like to research, and that's what I do. That's why I'm into the paranormal. So not only have I seen and heard things, but I also like to research, and I research the occult, as you know. That's why my nickname is Encyclopedia's Occultist, because that's what I like to do. So I can always help. It's not making
at least it's, We got another call. Don't go anywhere. I want to patch this person through and see what they got to say. Okay? I can put multiple callers on. Hello, who is this from 747? Oh, I'm keeping her on, Mike. Who's on 747?
Maybe it's a spirit.
They're not saying nothing.
I know those things happen. People call from beyond the grave too.
That's
Have
better.
you heard of those calls?
Yeah, what's your question tonight?
My question is this thing working?
Yeah, it's working. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, very good. You know who this is?
I have no idea. It might be
Odd. Oh, well, I am from Tampa Bay, Florida. That should give you a clue.
Yeah, Odd Emperor, right? Maybe.
Sometimes I'm called that.
Oh, some days I'm psychic.
Your call-out credit is low. To purchase more credit, go to gizmoproject.com or dial 611
Gizmo's about to cut me off anyway.
That's
so.
611 from Gizmo. This call will end in 30 seconds.
Are you on Gizmo, Odd?
But my call's going to end right now.
I don't know. I got like two. I got two callers going on at once. It's like I got Odd here. Okay, yeah, he got bumped online. I guess that there is a time limit when you use Gizmo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hello?
I'm here.
I just got this message telling me that I'm going to be kicked out in 31 seconds. I don't know what that means. I'm calling from my cell phone, but they're telling me that I can't be on anymore.
No, that was the other caller.
Oh. Okay.
This radio show could go for hours. There's no limit on this radio show. I could run this radio show for 6 hours. Of course, if I did, I'd be fucking dead. I mean, it's like hard enough trying to do the show stoned. But anyways, it sounds like you will have some interesting places to show me when I get out there.
Yes. And you know what? You're going to be up north, and you should really check out the Haunted Toys R Us in Sunnyvale, California. It's really cool if you can go. It's great. And it's haunted by someone named Johnson. That's his last name, from the 1800s. If you're interested.
One second, since Odd's in the room, I'd like to thank Odd for calling in. I'm sorry that Gizmo had booted you out. It's probably better if you want to call in the show using your telephone. That way I can patch you through for a little bit longer. But it is nice to hear from you. I am glad to see that some callers have called in. And anyways, going back, Millie, I guess I feel honored because, again, you were first female call on the show. And I think the members and fans are just loving it. So you're already a star. But, yeah, when I got the call, I actually had a question for you, and then I forgot. That's pretty sad.
Oh.
What did you think about the whole Dark Force thing with Bill Bean? I mean, I know you said that you've been reading me a little bit and about some things that are around me.
Yeah, because I don't know why I got someone was asking me for help, spirit, and it was it came from your wave. So that's why I usually don't read people just like that. I mean, that's very, very rare that it happens. But I don't know. I heard something and I started feeling a lot of emotion and entity. So it was really interesting. It doesn't happen that often, too. I can't just choose what I'm going to read. I know some people can. They're psychic. I'm not psychic, but some people can concentrate. They can start feeling things. I can't. They have to contact me. It's a little different, I guess. And only when they need help. Because they know I'm not going to be someone, I'm not a willing participant, I guess, and that's why they don't touch me that much. So. But that entity, that was really interesting, but I don't know if it was a demon, though. maybe it was
well, the thing,
one.
you were accurate.
Yeah.
You were accurate on one thing about me, and I never really tell too many people this. You said that there was a dark shadow near me that hides. You're very correct. I had gotten that shadow many years ago from a mine I went in. I was not running the organization. I seen him. He followed me home. Other friends have seen him. And when people started to get scared of him, the shadow ended up going into hiding. It's not a ghost, I can tell you that.
No, I know that that's a human, yes, because I couldn't feel human, like, you know, I can actually feel human sometimes, and I didn't get that feeling. It was hiding away from me, though, and everything I got was from the good spirit that follows you, too. You have a good spirit, too. That's all stronger than the rest, and that one was the one telling me, so I really don't know too much about the shadow because it was from the good entity's point of view. But I did get the feeling that the dark shadow was hiding away when it found that I was kind of reading into him or it, and it kind of hid away from me. And I don't know anything else except that he's a shadow and he's not very good, and he's like some weight you have to carry around, and he's keeping other ones around you. I don't know how many, but you have several of them.
Yeah, I got a lot of different things around me. There's definitely it's all part of the plan of doing what I do. You know, I can't avoid it. I go to a lot of haunted places. It's kind of like you know, you went to a cemetery, something follows you home. It's just imagine trying to do that 100 times more, 500 times more. I mean, I've gone to a lot of places, and it's, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, well, it's part of my life now. My kids see a lot of things, you know, and sometimes my friends get spooked because my friends end up seeing things too, you know. Yep, Mike says I collect spirits like Pokemons. It's like Monster Rancher and shit. You gotta feed them a little bit and raise them and watch them grow powerful. Then it's like, boo! You're like, I don't like this person. Go scare them. You know, you send your ghost after this person and that person. But so what do you think of the show tonight? We covered a lot, didn't we?
It's great. I love it. Wonderful.
Because I know you were very excited to listen to the show, and I know there was a few other people who were really excited. And you know that our show is very unique, obviously, because if you listen to other internet radio shows, it's like there's no open mind to it. It's all the same thing, you know. They'll pick a topic. They'll be like ghost. They'll just talk about the whole night ghost, you know. But we try to cover a little bit of everything. I'll tell you, if I was able to have rewards, you'd get one tonight. I'd be like, ding, 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 first female caller, of course. You know,
that's okay.
Like but that's okay. There's other rewards coming in down the road, so don't worry. But yeah, one thing I wanted to know. Okay, now I like to give every caller, but you're more than a caller. You're also a very sweet friend of mine that I've known for a while. But I like to give each friend of mine or person that I know, I like them to ask me one question that they'd like to know about the paranormal, or something that's really in their mind, in their hearts, that they really want to ask, and I'll answer it. Now, how should I put this? How about you ask me a question on the paranormal that you've always wanted to know? I mean, make it challenging, and I'll see if I can answer it.
Oh, you just caught me off guard.
Now, Mike, I got my boxers on, all right? I'm not naked. I don't always do the show naked, all right? But
let's see. Because I wasn't thinking of a question. I really don't know what to ask. Because my questions aren't challenging like you told me. Let me think. Do you ever, when you're doing your research and you're exploring, do you do you ever use any like devices to contact spirits, like a pendulum or anything like that?
Mills, I'm what they call the poor man's Ghostbuster. Okay, I sit there and I think about it, and it's like people are like, "Where's the equipment?" And I got equipment, yes, like that. I haven't used it. Back years ago, I was using mirrors, because when a spirit looks into a mirror, it turns the other way. It actually scares them to see their self-image in the mirror. I used to use mirrors. I tried some of the Native American methods, but now it's to a point where I'm very basic. I have an EMF detector. I have a digital recorder, which works very well for getting EVP. It's just hard transferring it to the computer, but it can be done. It just ruins the sound gets a little worse when you try to do it. And then I have, my cameras that I use. We had one person with a thermal detector and a night camera. They're not with us anymore. So just very basic equipment. A pendulum's fine. I mean, that's like dowsing. Some people investigate. We don't get into the too much of the high-tech stuff, because obviously I know ghosts exist. If I go, I like to catch ghosts on camera. That's what I like to do. I like to get their picture. I like to put the anomalies on the site. If people look at them and they believe them, they believe them. You know that this is real. I know that this is real. So the equipment is only part of what we do, but it's not everything. I guess that's what it comes into play when you get other investigators. Like, let's say I met you and you feel comfortable using a pendulum. That's cool. Because we need somebody who can contribute different things to the group and the team. And, of course, I did tell you that one of these times I want to take you camping, because I can't look like an idiot when I'm looking for Bigfoot. But those Bigfoot expeditions are also a lot of fun. And, of course, you get a campfire going, and what you do is when you set up camp, you go for little night hikes. And you not only see, get Bigfoot activity, but you get ghost activity in the woods, too. A lot of ghost activity. So, and that's where you want to use your pendulums and your things is out in the woods, where you don't have any electrical interference or anything of the sorts. And, oh, stop, Mike. He goes, that's hot. He goes, Millie on a camping trip. Any camping trip with a female is going to be hot. I usually don't camp with females because most females hate the woods. But then from what I hear is that women out in California love the camp. So who knows? Maybe I struck gold, right? But it's definitely, I like a female perspective on my investigations. I mean, I'm not biased with my investigators, you know that. I've had more female investigators than men. At least the men in Florida, they like to hide and go. They get scared and they run off, Females, on the other hand, are usually pretty cool about a lot of stuff. Then you get the females, they just grab me and hug me because they're all scared, It's like, Rick, save me. Save you from what?
Crazy. They know they're going to see spirits. Ugh.
Well, some people know what they're getting involved with, but when it really comes down to seeing it, that's when the psychological defects take place. Sometimes some people see something that traumatizes them. See, because I had a female come one time to a haunted place with me. She seen a ghost. She was crying and everything. She wanted to come out to see the ghost, but when she seen the ghost, it just was not for her, And this is the shit that can scare you if you don't know, if you're not into it. Of course, I know you're into it, so. But there are some girls, some females out there who don't like this kind of stuff,
Oh.
And Florida's the type of place that most people are very scared of ghosts. These people won't even go near the cemetery down here.
They just, Oh, I don't know what they're missing. So I do have to go, though, so.
Well, I appreciate you calling on the show. It was obviously a pleasure to hear your very hot voice tonight.
Thank you.
Of course,
Right,
you know if you call in my show, I'm gonna. But
Sorry?
you know if you call in my show, I'm gonna be flirting with you because I can't help it.
Oh, okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, it. You know, I mean, what else can I do? I got a #1 fan, right? But I appreciate your insight, and I appreciate you calling in the show and being an avid listener, of course. Obviously, you and I, we talk almost every day. So, you know, after the show, you and I will catch up, or we'll talk later tomorrow.
Okay.
But I do appreciate it. I'm sure the people in the group appreciate it, with all their naked comments, of course. They don't want to hear that I'm naked. But
Never more naked in my life.
Hey, we're born naked, right? We're born naked, and Millie, we're born naked, and when we get old and we're in the nursing home, we're running around naked. That's just the fact. And believe me, I have done naked paranormal investigations, but those aren't on the site. So, yeah. Exactly. I mean, what the hell am I supposed to...
To be honest, when I was in the Army, we were naked too sometimes in the woods. We were.
Well, if you don't want anything looking at you, just roll in the mud.
We were by ourselves.
Just roll in the mud.
And that's true. No, but it was... I'm sorry? It was with other females,
I have a question.
too.
Really? So, did you and these other females do combat with each other? You know, like roll in the mud?
Yes.
Because I know that. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's just what I needed to hear. Our ratings are going to go up, man.
Yes, we did a lot of stuff together. We were wrestling and we were fighting.
God damn.
And then we were naked in the woods.
Yep, guys, this is the AngelOfThyNight radio show, definitely. Wow. I think I am going to go to bed very happy tonight. I think actually if I was younger, I might actually join the Army knowing this. Well, you're a great woman, Millie, and you know I love you to death, and I'm glad that you were able to call on the show. Hopefully you'll be able to call on the show more often. Who knows, you know. I'm going to eventually need a co-host for the show, someone who could actually just be on the other line and just, you know, go along with it. And don't worry, it's easy because I do it stoned and half-baked half of the time. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close up the show because I know that you got to get going. And we'll go ahead and we'll touch base after the radio show or sometime tomorrow. And when I do get out there, I'd definitely like to see you. And because, well, like I said, I'd love to have you on some paranormal investigations and some explorations and things. I do think that you're very in tune with things. So it's great to have you on the show at least so, you know, you can let other people know this. And a little bit of insight and stuff. Oh, you're most welcome, sweetheart. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hang up with you, and I'm gonna close out the show with my AngelOfThyNight theme done up by Mike Dijital. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always email me. But of course, I'm sure that we'll talk other ways. And it's been a good night. We've had callers. Odd called in. You called in. The hiker called in.
Yeah.
Cool. The question is, before I let go of the show, who is Quill? Sometimes it'd be interesting to know who all the people listening in are. I hope eventually they all have the some balls to call in like you have. Of course, it sounded bad in itself. It's like, balls? Really. No, I just, Bad joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Says a friend on MySpace. I got friends? Okay. I got lots of friends. I got friends I don't even know. But one of the best friends that I got is you. So I will leave it at that. Thanks for calling in. You're still a hottie in my book. Still one of the hottest girls on MySpace in my book. Okay, well, I'm going to hang up on you now.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks for calling in. Night. Okay, that was Millie. She's my #1 fan. Of course, she's a good member of the group, too. She's been a member a couple years. I'm going to close out the show. I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. If you have any questions after the show, I may keep the chat room open for a little bit, but I'm going to be hanging up on the air. You're more than welcome to email me. This goes out for anybody. If you want to check out our site, if you're a new listener, it's www.paranormalghostsociety.org. And anyways, this is the Angel of Thy Night radio show. Your host, Lord Rick, signing out.